lie, no lie. You know this. Julian.
And with all that being said, I've decided to continue my athletic and academic career at the Stanford University.
Yes, sir.
Network, it means everything to me. Back when I didn't have all these offers, maybe like one or two, he was always promoting me, what I'm saying, trying to get me on the radar, this guy, you need to look out for him. What I'm saying? It really means, the world to me, Bacon, he's been there, like I said, since I've been small, always shouting me out and, always just trying to put me on, just give me notice more. And I really appreciate Bacon.
Shoot, I was the new kid. Faison kind of was. Of course, he had all the hype. He was probably by like 6'2" at 12. He was a mutant. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was a mutant. But I mean, from then you could see just the potential he had. I mean, I'm not surprised he's the number one quarterback. If you would have seen him in youth ball, you would have thought he was the number one quarterback in that class back then. So I mean, like going against him, what high school was. I mean, he looked like a high school quarterback around that time. So I mean, like trash talking with him. He's more quiet though. I will say that he don't talk that much trash. But I mean, like trash talking with him, going at it and hitting drills with Faison. I mean, I kind of like just builds you ready. I mean, hopefully I play against him in college. I would love it.
As y'all know, this is the Sizzling News Podcast.
Excuse me. Welcome to the Justice and News Podcast, man. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in right now. Got 33 live, man. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button first and foremost. Then hit that like button and share and comment. So 4 things: comment, share, like, subscribe. Do all those 4 things. And I'm saying we'll keep providing y'all this high quality content. But like I said, man, this is Justice and News Podcast. Jam-packed show tonight. You know what I mean? We'll have SB Production, Steve. You already know. Go behind the can. He'll be on a little later. Well, could be coming on soon. Then we got Down South Steve. So we got a full show talking to Georgia, talking to some players from Mount Zion. Big game upcoming this Friday. Jonesboro first, you know what I'm saying? They would say in Jonesboro, the school around the corner, but I'm going to say Mount Zion. Show some love to Kai Mitchell and Brother Fabian, man. So stick with us. I believe that the guys come on at 7 o'clock. So as I wait for my guests and wait for my co-host to come on, we'll break down some content. I also want to give y'all an update on Najeh. Najeh is, you know what I'm saying, man of many things. I believe he's doing something at 11 Alive tonight. So brother's doing big things, man. So he will be on later. So stay tuned for that. Again, I appreciate everybody who's tapped in. And before we get started, man, we gotta shout out our sponsor, man, Powerful Life, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're an athlete, you know what I'm saying, looking for some exposure, wants to get fed mentally, physically, and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Talk to college coaches on exclusive Zoom calls. You tap in with a Powerful Life, man. Let me do my due diligence, man. You know what I'm saying? Pub the link, man. So you got that link right there at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Copy and paste that. It's also in the chat on YouTube. Copy and paste that URL, and it will take you to the contact page of how to get in touch. And again, get you some exposure and get fed mentally, physically, and spiritually. All 3 in 1 from Powerful Life. So I'm gonna leave that link down there for a minute. We're gonna tap in, you know what I'm saying, on Twitter, kind of buy some time and see what we got cooking till Kai and Fabian come on the show. So let me minimize my comments. My messages. And see what we got tuned in on the college. On just the Twitterverse, man. As we tune, actually, no. Let me go to the topics actually. So we're gonna talk. I'm gonna just talk some matchups. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm gonna be at. I'm probably gonna talk about it again on the show, but I'm just improvising, so bear with me. So where will I be at week 1? I'm gonna be at East Coweta, man. I'm gonna go see what East Coweta's got going on. They play Sandy Creek. I believe this is the 4th year. Somebody let me know in the comments. I'll be watching the comments as well. If you're on YouTube, get at me. If you're on IG, definitely get at me. Let me show some love to IG. Okay, we had Coach Q, not Q. QB Marcus has been tapped in. Little Aiden, you know what I'm saying? Christian Cook, appreciate you. All the brothers who definitely tapped in on IG. But like I said, I'm gonna be at Sandy Creek. East Carolina versus Santa Cruz is going to be a good one. You know, they got the Herd twins, a little back and forth, not really back and forth. You know, what I'm saying just a little friendly banter going on. JT Austin, Evan Harvey. You know, what I'm saying they're like, man, we want to see what the Herd twins is talking about, man. We heard all the hype, 6'5", 6'7". 300 pounds plus, and they feel like they're quick enough to get around them. So we're gonna see this upcoming Friday. I believe at 8 o'clock. Coach Small likes to do it at 8 o'clock on Fridays, man. Let the sun come down a little bit, so it's gonna set the move. So that's where we're gonna be at. So there's some more people at EC to highlight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows about, you know what I'm saying, Santa Creek, Danny Greenhow, you know what I'm saying, Diggy, Chase Usher, you know what I'm saying, little Rob Smith. But let's talk about some guys that people need to know about East Coweta, man. So I'm gonna show their Twitter page, man. We're gonna go back to Twitter. Share screen. Boom. First and foremost, man, I gotta start with my boy Dale, man. Dele's little brother, Delion Freeman, Delbert Freeman, little brother, man. He next up, man. Doesn't have a lot of attention on him right now on the football field. I don't know why. Brother's got more media clips about basketball because the brother's a dual sport athlete, as you see, class of 2028, football, basketball. Probably run some track before it's over with, I'm guessing. I'm assuming that's what this little running man's for, so he probably already doing track with Coach his name will come to me in a minute. But 6'2", 167 pounds, 4'5", 40 combo guard, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be one to look at. It's going to catch your eye this Friday. We'll get into Dylan Holston in a minute, but I thought my boy had some clips of him on his page. Let's see. Don't see any real quick. I'm going to move on to the next one, but you know what I'm saying? If you don't see him now, you'll definitely see him this Friday and definitely throughout the season, man. He's going to go viral for sure. So we'll go to, let's see. Dylan Houston, big time receiver and DB. You know what I'm saying? Just look at this, man. Look at the patience. I want to go back, man. All right, playing about 7 off here, 7 to 8, probably 7. You know what I'm saying? Just look at the technique, little scooch, and then the patience right here. That's key. They're playing. I'm assuming they're playing like a little zone, maybe quarters here, and just, you know what I'm saying, trash the ball downfield. That's you know what I'm saying, that's elite to me. This the patience, the technique, all in one. Again, a senior this year. You know what I'm saying? If we got any college coaches watching, any college coaches that's watching, any recruiters, brother 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? Very patient in his okay. We got brother Steve in here, man. Brother Steve, what's going on with you this time?
Gentlemen, what's going on, man?
I'm good. How long you been waiting? I didn't have you waiting too long.
You gotta worry about me. Where the rest of the gang at, man?
All right, so Coach Steen was supposed to be on here with us. You know what I'm saying? He said practice run over a little later down at DC. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get the boys ready for North Gwinnett this Saturday. And Najeh, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he told you he's at 11 alive right now. So it's going to be me and you holding it down. I think QB Mark and Jew will be on at 8:15.
Okay.
That's cool. Yes, sir. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you the floor. Actually, I'm going to give you the floor real quick before we bring on our brother for Jordan Fabian.
Yeah.
Just kind of update the people, man. Let them know who you're about. I know we got some new viewers in here, man. Why are you the camera guru and the expertise and content and everything else?
Man, I just try to be available and active for whatever's going on. So I think whatever, you know, we're blessed to live in a place that has such great football, such great sports in general. And I just want to pull up and be a fan first and foremost. I think we're blessed to just have so many great athletes and be able to, you know, come across them whenever we want. So for me, before I even look at, you know, creating content, I'm looking at the storyline, man. Everything's a storyline, beginning, middle, and end. There's an antagonist, there's a protagonist, and that's what makes it so lovable, right? There's a villain, there's a team you're rooting for, there's a team you're going against, there's variables, there's weather, there's referees, there's crowds. And for me, I just love it, man. So started it on a whim, still going, as you see. whether it's outside the country, in the country, youth, middle school, high school, college, pro. That's my thing. So just love to talk ball with guys like yourself. Super, super, super excited with the college football podcast is about to drop as well between us as well. And I think sky's the limit. I think we got a pretty good base with the kids to where they feel comfortable with us. You've been doing a great job on football and the basketball, and Najeh's been killing it, obviously, and some of the guests that we have here are other subject matter experts. So I'm with it, man. I can't wait. We're here. The time is now. I can't believe football is trying to mentally prepare myself for the next 48 hours because I know once that button gets pressed, we're going to be busy for a long time. So what can you do?
Man, nothing left to do but grind, brother. I like that now that you brought up about just the protagonists and the antagonists. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, a poet, you know what I'm saying, through the lens visually and everything, and all the above. He'll be modest about it, but I'm saying I got to give him his flowers.
Appreciate you, bro. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm happy to just be aligned with you, brother. Let's see. Let me bring Jordan Fabian on, man. See, let me ask him see if he's ready. Let me see. He's got his thing on mute. But just real quick, man, what matchups are you like most looking forward to?
I mean, it's just so many good matchups. I mean, whether you're talking Corky Kell or outside of Corky Kell, I mean, got a whole list written down here of games that I'm really interested in, and I think it's gonna be some dog fights, bro. Straight up dog fights. That Langston Hughes Westlake's a big game. I'm hesitant towards going there.
Really?
Daddy's talking. 1 second. I'm hesitant towards going there, bro, because I went to the Langston versus Westlake game last year, and it was at Langston.
Mm-hmm.
Nightmare to get in, nightmare to get out. It's the longest it's ever taken me to get in a game. And then it rained. It was a blowout. Then it was nasty rain. I don't know. I feel like I might stick to Collinsville Grayson. That's up the street up here. But there's so many good matchups, man. That DC North Gwinnett game is one that people want to watch. What else? Creekside Rome's going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, Houston County is going to be a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of good games, man. We're going to see who's real and who's not. There's a lot of kids that have been woofing online, talking about summer workouts and how great they look. Everybody's got media days, and everybody's in all the music videos and all that good stuff. But we're going to see about it in a couple days.
Nah, 100%. What's so like real quick? I think we still waiting on the guys, man. What's your thoughts about Langston and the Buford? I know it's a scrimmage, and at first I watched, I was like, man, it looked a little rough. But I went back, I'm like, man, just a little, early game jitters, I guess.
Yeah, I think both programs are in a different place. Langston's really young this year. They're still very talented in a lot of other spots, but it's been a factory, man. They've been putting out so much talent the last couple of years. So we're trying to see if this is the year that they take a step back. Obviously, a big quarterback addition with the Darnell creative player, and they dial it up there, man. Coach Cole, you got Coach Stroll there as a receiver coach. They dial it up. Coach Rico has been known to be a guru, so they're going to put up points. I'm curious to see how they're going to contend in 5A in the state of Georgia this year. Buford is, I've seen a lot of rankings with them being a top 5 team in the state, and I think that's fair. Do I think they're Douglas County? Do I think they're Grayson? I don't. But that's the beauty of this when Buford has some of these people on their schedule. So we're going to see exactly what it's all about. You got the second highest paid coach in the state of Georgia. You got a lot of high-profile players. Buford, but we're looking at almost 4 years. Buford hasn't won anything. So I believe there's pressure in that program to make this the year to do something. I just don't know they've got quite enough to do it. I'm not sure.
Nah, I feel the same, man. I think what they showed yesterday, I think they're going to be better than I thought. They look real physical, but again, it is a scrimmage game. So we will see, man. I'm definitely looking forward to see what they do. Collinsville, Buford. I'm not Collinsville, Buford, Collinsville, Grayson. That game's on ESPN, right?
I thought Milton Buford's on ESPN.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not even going to try to go down. That's going to be a lot of hoopla in Milton. I just think Collinsville, in terms of storylines, Collinsville Grayson is a better story for me. Buford and Milton don't really have no smoke for each other. outside of the fact that they played each other. It was last year, but Grayson Collinsville, you're talking about, kids that grew up playing each other with each other their whole lives, and just one picks one school and picks another. You got arguably, I think, the best defensive player in the country in 26 with Tyler Atkinson, with his road dog, his youth teammate, Deuce Geralds. People don't remember the tear that those guys used to put together. In my opinion, I call it the greatest team in the history of youth football in Georgia. Bryce Perry Wright from Buford was on that team. Anthony Davis, linebacker, that Bryce Perry Wright just committed to A&M. Mm-hmm. Anthony Davis, he just committed to Ole Miss last week. Tyler Atkinson, Texas commit. Deuce Geralds, LSU commit. Like, it goes on. And Cottrell Webb was on that team. He just committed to Purdue, if I'm not mistaken. This nasty work. So Cottrell and Deuce get to face off against Tyler and Ant. So there's storylines there. There's players that have transferred within the program. Joe Bradford, one of the big running back commits, transfers over to Collinsville. It's a big one, man. It's Collinsville caught him slipping. That's Grayson's only loss last year. Yeah. Grayson has to start fast. Last year they had the whole weather and the fire situation, and they didn't play a game for a month. And I think that was really an advantage for Grayson. And I want to see if they're going to be able to really sustain that excellence throughout the season. I think their offensive line is not as strong as it was last year, so there may be some chinks in the armor for Grayson, but we'll go ahead and evaluate that when the time comes.
Absolutely, brother. As we still wait, man, brother left. He was in and came out. I hit him in a private message. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, bear with us. We'll provide y'all a quality show. But Steve, again, man, just any sleeper matchups. Don't have to be week 1. Could be week 10 sleeper matchups or sleeper player that you got.
There's a lot. I have my eyes on a lot of different teams this year. I really want to see what Creekside's going to do. I don't think there's a staff that I root for more than those guys over there at the Swamp. I love the way they coach the kids, especially in our community. Strong black men, strong black leaders, challenging kids to be great. The continuity, it's like an ecosystem that just flows within itself in Creekside. So I'm rooting for those guys over there. That Brookwood North Gwinnett game, I think it's end of September, October. That's a big one. North Gwinnett won the region last year. Brookwood kind of came along strong. They lost their head coach throughout the season, and they ended up coming. Those kids have tons of offers. That 27 class is obviously incredible. A new quarterback under the helm, a kid that I think is going to take them further than they went last year, and as well as seniors that are sprinkled all, Division I players all throughout that roster. So that Brookwood North Gwinnett game is going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a bloodbath. And that's one that I really have circled that I really want to see. But there's so many games. There's so little time. I'm just trying to keep it all in order, just like you are, man. Just trying to stay organized with it, man.
Nah, for sure. So I'm definitely looking forward to see the recent transfer. Ferris Ibrahim just transferred but he transferred from Berkmar to Brookwood. They got Brandon Tyson.
You talking about Faraz? Yeah.
Yeah, Faraz. Okay, that's what I said.
Hey, look, we've been trying to get Faraz. If you're listening, you already know it. We're trying to get him to go over there in that Brookwood for a while, and he stayed loyal to the soil over there at Berkmar. And obviously, with the transition of coaching, I think it just makes perfect sense for him to go join those guys. A lot of length at corner, a lot of length at DB. Faraz can play safety and corner, so I'm super excited to see what he is. Super physical kid, athletic. Had a brother that played ball, was really good too. Julian Elzy, another top guy in the state. Day Pearson, he's a Western Kentucky commit. They got guys sprinkled all over the place on that team, and adding that piece is only going to help them. Watch out for that game against Houston County. I'm gonna be there live to see it all go down, man. I got my Brookwood boys pulling that one out.
Really? Then I just been high on Houston County. I'm like, man, I got to see what they talking about, man. He said he went down there. They got a lot of killers, a lot of size. So
yeah, I think that's that has the potential to be the best game of the day between that and obviously the North Gwinnett game. But yeah, Houston does have size. Houston just lost some of that explosive playmaking from last year a little bit. I think they've just come more down to earth. They play in the toughest region in the state of Georgia, in my opinion. All 4 people in that region, the top 4 in that region, all made it to the semifinals, at least the semifinal games. So that's a very big deal. But I think collectively, bro, I think Brookwood's got some special going this year. They're definitely a sleeper pick in 6A.
I'm right there with you, brother. Definitely gonna be locked into them this year. But as we just like a little, little fun topic, man. Just to kill some time, Shador Sanders, you know what I'm saying, was all in the headlines, as he always is. Man, this is a quote via Yahoo Sports. Shador remains the number 4 quarterback on the depth chart, you know what I'm saying, in week 2 of the preseason. So just what's your thoughts on the whole Shador situation, man?
Man, I couldn't have been happier for his performance the other day. I think tremendously talented kid. I think he's a kid that just gets hate for no specific reason. I think nepotism gets overlooked in a lot of different industries, and sometimes in sports we tend to crucify a kid because their dad was a superstar or one of the GOATs or whatever the situation may be. It's a kid that grew up in the public eye, and he hasn't slipped up, man. He's done nothing but great things in his community, for his school, for his teammates. I can't hate on this kid. Anybody who hates on him is not somebody that I want to rock with. So I love the way they called that game for him the other night, just getting his feet wet, doing his thing, and then he just kind of caught wind and caught that energy. And, I don't know if this kid has a legitimate shot this year. I think Flacco's going to be their day one starter, but there's no reason why he can't be the backup. And Flacco hasn't necessarily been all the way healthy either himself. So I would love to watch this kid play, but it is the Cleveland Browns, and nothing good ever happens in Cleveland. So, yeah. What do you think about it?
I mean, similar, you know what I'm saying, just getting hate for, I think it all stems back to, Deion threw the water on the reporter in the Braves locker room. I think that's a lot of it.
Long time ago.
Long time, like what, 90, 95, maybe like 96, whatever, 94, somewhere around in there.
94, 95, yeah.
And I think that's where it stems from. But, Shador went out there. He did his thing, man. Gave himself a seat. That's just the type of guy he is. Going to set the bar high standard for himself. And, you know what I'm saying? Just, man, you could just tell he's Deion's son. I think it was just as the game ended, he was talking to the owners like, hey, saying, why you ain't rocking with the kid, man? I just went ahead and did my thing. I'm selling tickets, selling jersey, man. What's going on? And then, boom, next day, had hosted a community event. I think it would happen some type of natural disaster happening in Cleveland.
Yeah, he was in the city with it.
What's his name?
Go ask upstairs. Daddy's on the phone. I think I did just watch that interaction with the reporter, and the reporter's been known to be a heckler of like the way he interviews and stuff like that, and I think that just makes Shador look more likable. Like I'm so glad they captured that moment. Shador was very, very jovial, very light about it, but obviously there was a seriousness in there. Like, hey man, why you not rocking with me? Like, what's going on, man? Like, and I think he won that reporter over. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to get into these Twitter beefs, or he can, tweet something out or say something bad to that reporter, pull it up on him like a man, try to figure out what the issue was, and letting him know that it's important to have his support. And I think that makes Shador look way more likable. I love that, and I hope that reporter is able to kind of support this kid as he goes through this journey.
Absolutely. We got a quick comment right here. Says, let me make this bigger so I can read it. Naj, I tried to get at you on X, but I'm not verified, so I couldn't message you. I'm not fancy enough.
Shout out to Jimmy.
Shout out to Jimmy. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. So Naj is he's live, we're using the platform, but Naj he's out, he's getting a little airtime, he's with 11 live. So when he comes back, I'll definitely, run this back for you, and I'll let him give you a response. But so stay tapped in. We got 90 in the building right now. Appreciate all the love and support. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. The 4 things: like, comment, subscribe, share. 5, follow SB Productions. I think it's sb.prod on IG. Everything else, right?
Everything else. Quick question, man. How you feel about Gainesville?
I actually got a good quarterback. Got a good O-line, one of the best front sevens in the state, and the DB, the back end looks well improved. And then 5A, I think they got a good a shot as anybody, man. To be honest.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams are looking to see what Gainesville does this year. They're just so good at everything. There's typically no weaknesses. I just know that you guys have had a up close eye on Gainesville. You guys have gone to practices and things like that and such. Just wanted to get your opinion on what it is, but they do have a quarterback. Shout out to Kareem Hughley, man. I remember watching him as a 12-year-old, and he's grown so much, bro. Shout out to his pops too. His pops is real solid. stay down, stay true. There was other offers for him to go other places, and he's got the keys to the show in Gainesville, and he's one of the better guys, especially in the state. But 27, I mean, it's really him, Teddy, and some other guys. So looking to see them flourish.
Nah, you got the keys to the city already, man. He should be on that wall. And all right, one more from Jimmy Cash. Douglas County is my dark horse. Dark horse, brother. That's the team in 6A. If they don't win, it's gonna be a big disappointment.
Jimmy, that ain't no dark horse, man. Stop it. It's not a dark horse. That's the favorite. That's my favorite in 6A. Yeah, it's real down there in Douglas County this year. And I can't wait to get my guy Steen in here. He's gonna be able to give us a lot of insight. But there's gonna be a couple all access shows going on in Douglas County. If you have any curiosity about Douglas County football, you're gonna be able to get that in multiple places. Maybe even your boy SB might be the one cooking something up. Maybe. You never know. Little birdie told me something, but yeah, Douglas County is like that. This is the year, and I love that they're not ducking any smoke. Look at the schedule, man. Some of these schools, they love having these nice 10-0 records. They get clipped first round. Right before Thanksgiving, they're going home mad, right? Douglas County, look at the schedule. It's sprinkled all over the place. They didn't duck anybody last year. Last year, they played Carrollton. Last year, they played Buford. Last year, they played Langston. Last year, they played Grayson. I mean, what more do you want?
I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I thought they had it on their Twitter. Let me go to Match Preps. Nah, I mean, yeah, man. Coach White, you know what I'm saying? He's a different breed, man. He's a different cut from a different cloth, as they say.
Johnny's smooth, man.
Smooth.
Yeah, he if Johnny was born in the 70s, I could imagine Johnny would have had a Cadillac, a nice zoot suit, a nice cigar in the hand, maybe a cane.
Yeah.
Johnny too smooth, man. And you know the old players, man. Some of y'all young bucks don't know about this, but all the old right before they say some killer-ish, they always thank God and talk about being blessed and all that. I was with Johnny at the Corky Kell luncheon, and he was talking that talk, but of course he put the Lord and Savior in there to soften the blow a little bit. But he was letting people know, yeah, they like that this year. They're ready for it all.
Nah, 100%, man. Coach Jay, you know what I'm saying? Suave, brother, man. Let's look at the schedule. They got, as we already know, North Gwinnett week 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Jonesboro. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be. It's DC's game to lose, but you know what I'm saying, for seeing Jonesboro up close, you know, they got a big O line. You know, they got a quarterback, got a couple backs, and you know, we already know they got the best secondary. One of the best secondaries in the state. We'll hold off on nation, but they can play. Newton, they ain't no pushover. Big Langston at Langston now. Then they go at Buford. Columbia,
state champion runner-up. Buford, what, a semifinal team? Columbia won their region. Newton got second in their region. I mean, East Coweta is no joke.
Yep.
North Gwinnett won their region last year. Westlake was a playoff team. Carrollton, state champion team. Like, come on, man. They're not running from nobody, man. They're not running from nobody. I cannot wait. This is the way you design a schedule. They lost by 3 points on the road to Grayson, to the eventual state champion, with no quarterback.
No quarterback.
I think it would be great if both of them played each other in the state championship game. I think that would be fantastic. 2 dual threat guys, too. You got Travis. You got Mike Johnson Jr. I mean, the storylines. I would take Douglas County in that situation. Sorry, Grayson, but yeah, man. Those guys are like that.
Absolutely. So Coach Steen just texted me, told me he's pulling up to the house, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? We about to get that DC insight, so just bear with us momentarily, man. I'm gonna have to reach back out to our guest, man. I was looking forward to talking to brother Fabian. But as we look at the schedule, man, like what do you think is the biggest game for them? Is it Carrollton? Is it Westlake? I feel like that's a sleeper one for them. Is it Buford? Is it Columbia? Or is it Jonesboro? Or is it North Gwinnett?
That's a great question.
Takes time.
I think in terms of ranking it, I would go Buford 1, North Gwinnett 2, Langston 3. North Gwinnett is sneaky, man. They're just so well coached with Godfrey. Coach Godfrey, he's got his son at the mic, Jake, who's a dog. New quarterback this year. Their offensive line is always solid. They put guys in. I mean, this program consistently has been putting guys in top tier Division I program. North Gwinnett is no joke, but I do feel like the element last year of the balance, running pass, that Ryan Hall loss, I think is big. Elam is my guy. I have another kid I've known for a really long time since he was 10 years old. He's a gunslinger. Elam Rahman's lefty, gunslinger. He's not that mobile, but he will, if he gets in the rhythm, he will kill you. But a lot of these kids are true to the program. These are legitimate North Gwinnett guys. They've got tons of experience. Like I said, well coached, sneaky receivers, athleticism on both sides. But they're not to be slept with. I think this game is really going to be close. It's going to be close. I think for Corky Kell to set this up as the marquee matchup, I think was a great idea. Last year, if any of you guys remember, it was a slaughter fest in that 8:00 game.
Facts.
Douglas beat Cedar Roll by 50, and it was just like, throw in the towel. Have you ever seen Rocky when the trainer was like, throw in the damn towel? Like that's what it was. So I'm glad they fixed it this year for sure.
Nah, I mean, that was supposed to be a big game, but we didn't know Coach Adams from the, so he was about to go up the road. So so for that, I respect them for keeping Shitty Road in despite what's going to happen. Just to give those guys, some exposure, some experience. Playing the dome, that's an experience that they'll never forget. Even though they got, they got BTA.
Yeah, BTA.
One more comment from Jimmy Nash. Appreciate you, blowing us up, brother. We really appreciate the fan audience, supporter engagement. You're like a family to us, brother. But Buford, most definitely, they are not going to. Let me get you right, Jim. Buford, most definitely, they are not going to want to lose in a new stadium. 100%.
No,
100%.
No, not at all. If he's referring to the first game, then yeah, I think Buford wins that game anyway. But I think it'll be close. I mean, I just love the matchups and how people are scheduling these sort of games in the beginning of the season rather than waiting. You know what I'm saying? We get it right away.
100%. So you feel like you think it's a culture shift in high school football right now, or just people not? I mean, people never really have ducked smoke, but it's always been like we're gonna, like to say on what's that movie, The Longest Yard? Schedule a couple early games, kick the living, you know what, out of them, and get the ball rolling. Then we'll play the top ranked guys in the region or in the state.
Yeah, the smart coaches know how to set up these litmus tests early. Region play is all that really matters. I mean, winning week 1 doesn't necessarily mean anything, but you have to test yourself before region play, and ultimately a preview of possible state championship implications depending on who you're playing. But the smart coaches get it, man. The Miltons of the world, the Bufords, the Carrolltons, they get it. They're not gonna schedule somebody that isn't up to par. I just love the fact that we get these, man. Not every state has this, and I think some of us tend to be spoiled sometimes with some of this stuff. Like, this doesn't happen everywhere.
Nah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Do you have? I know you're from Florida. You know what I'm saying? You just got the whole Florida in your vein, man. So you put us on with a team last year. I can't remember the name.
New Orleans, Miami, New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you got the team that was Well, let me ask you this, brother. Just the whole Coach Teddy. I know he's not going to be with him this year. They pretty much kicked him out the door for, for serving the community. So just, what's your insider information on the whole thing at Miami Northwestern?
Yeah, it was beef between him and the administration and
administration.
Yeah, I think ultimately it's a power struggle. I don't know why it would be that. I mean, considering what he's done in the community since he's left, what he did as a player there, what he did as a coach, first-year head coach, bringing money out of his own pocket to help the kids and not feeling appreciated. I think feeling appreciated is what everybody wants at the end of the day. And, he went ahead and did what was right. I don't think that door is closed. There is an opportunity for him to come back possibly next year or something like that. I just think right now two sides need to kind of separate it and, let cooler heads prevail. But it was a power struggle, and that was more the issue. It's funny you did mention Miami Norland when we did have that situation last year where we got to know them. Their best wide receiver has transferred and is at Grayson.
Really?
So if you see a big target running down the sidelines, wide receiver 1 or 2, depending on how you look at it. I know Jonathan Stafford is pretty damn good. Saif Ben Wahad, whole group over there, Grayson, but he's a weapon that came in, I don't know, middle of the summer and transferred over to Grayson. So brings a different element to their game. I thought it's funny he was transferring from a big program in Miami to a huge program here in Georgia. So shout out to that kid.
Nah, definitely, man. That's why when we're talking about the 6A champions, man, we always respectfully put Grayson in the conversation, man. We got Coach Steen right here, man. We'll let him know what's going on, Coach. How you doing?
Hey, doing good.
That's a blessing. I see you got the DC gear on, fresh out of practice.
Yeah, running behind, man. Sorry about that.
All good, brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You in the fabric of the team, but you got to be there through the you got to be there in the trenches, brother. So we respect you.
No, I appreciate it.
Definitely. So just kind of let us know, man, how was practice today, man, and I'll ask you about we'll just talk about how practice was.
Oh yeah, sure. Practice. We really didn't do too much in practice. Just film today. You know,
Okay.
The week is pushed back since we play on Saturday, so our schedule really won't start till Tuesday. Yeah, just recovery and film today.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Look, got to watch film. You got to be a film junkie. So we had a comment from Jimmy Cash earlier, man. He said y'all were the dark horse. They say we feel like y'all are the favorites.
Nah.
So go ahead.
Nah, I don't think we the favorites, man. You got to respect the teams who beat us, the Bufords, the Carrolltons, and the Graysons. So I would say obviously the favorite is Grayson, and then everybody who beat us, and then we can slide in somewhere in there, in the middle of the pack.
Okay, I mean, if you want to throw Grayson in there,
that's media training. That's how you do it. That's how you that's how you slip a jab. What's that Philly defense that Mayweather used to do? Yeah, that's how you slip. That's how you slip that. So great answer.
It's the truth. It's the truth for sure.
Now we were talking a little bit about the team, and Bacon here mentioned Coach Johnny, and I mentioned Johnny from being with him at the luncheon last week. Johnny was in the 70s, man. He might have had like a Cadillac, like a suit, maybe a cane. He a cool cat, man. Talk about the smoothness of Coach Johnny and just his relationship with players, because he's so close with guys. Talk about that.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. He might have had a deuce in a quarterback in the day or something like that. But White is he's old school, I guess, if you was to define his style of coaching, which means he yells a lot, very passionate. The rules have changed from back then to now, but the one thing that is good about him that's old school is he cares genuinely about the players and the kids and their families and stuff like that. So he's probably I've been in Georgia 8 years. I moved from Texas, so since I've been here, he's probably one of the coaches that I was drawn to the most as far as personality wise. Just knowing his background, he's a guy who's overcome adversity. Obviously, he hasn't won a state championship, but it has not deterred him at all from his effort and energy that he puts into preparation, what he does in the community of Douglasville, and then the input and care that he has for the kids on his team. So he right now, I'd say he's probably one of the top coaches in the state of Georgia that doesn't get the credit.
That's facts. I feel like, I don't know why the narrative is that, DC got the worst coach. It's always a lot of BS about the coach staff, which is unfortunate. But I feel like it's one of the best staffs. You got Coach White, you got Route King over there. Y'all loaded for real. But narratives.
That comes with the game as far as criticism. There can only be one winner, and when you're in the sports world, you do understand that. So if you don't win it, you're the rest of them, right? So Douglas County hadn't won it since, over 40, 50 years ago. But there's a lot of teams who haven't won it, right? But the good thing is that we accept being in the conversation, because there's a lot of teams who haven't won it that aren't even in the conversation. So actually the criticism is a pat on the back for us inside the building. We know that if you're not being talked about, then that's not a good thing either.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I can say about DC too, Bacon, is from the top to the bottom. We're talking about from Mr. Richards all the way down. There seems to be like a real big continuity and access that's granted to like people that really want to touch and reach these kids. Like the games are a bit different. You know, I don't want to call anybody abusive. I don't want to call anybody out. But sometimes it's difficult to get the games and to talk to coaches and to get that access. And I feel like there's been a real culture that's been built there in DC. And since you've been around the program for a while, talk about what that looked like when you got there, how that's evolved, and how you can speak to it about what it is right now.
I think the reason I wanted to be a part of this program is because when you do look at the differences, there are programs that which like I said, I'm not from Georgia, so some of the stuff I say you can kind of take with a grain of salt. But me not being from Georgia, I learned the difference between a public school and a city school. Right, public schools and city schools go by different rules. So city schools get to pool all their money and support one school, where public schools are controlled kind of by the county, and everything has to be divided up evenly. So there is no unfair advantages when it comes to the county schools, but there can be an unfair advantage when the county schools plays a city school who has more resources than them. So that's something I wish that Georgia will kind of look into, even when it comes to the new GHSA rules. Kids can actually transfer into a city school and pay an out of district fee or an out of school district fee and go to the school without changing an address. Right. So those kind of things have to be looked at if you want to look at fixing these issues, which GHSA think they have. But anyway, besides all of that, the reason I wanted to be at Douglas County is because they had a lot of potential, and I think they just didn't have the support and the resources in comparison to the other schools in the state of Georgia, not just the county. So, I have a nonprofit called Brand of a Champion, and my goal is to help underprivileged youth, whether they're in sports or not. And just with my resources and my community involvement, I wanted to put that behind Douglas County High School and give Johnny the support that he not only needs but deserves. It's Miss Parks does a great job as the principal, like you said. AD Richards, who cares a lot about the kids and does a lot for them. But it's just, we're working an uphill battle, when you don't have the resources. So we try our best to do things in the community, get them involved to support us and support this great football program that they have. So they're not behind, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's part of it, man. Being a part of this program, they just didn't have the support. So that's where I came in at. And since I got there, when I first got there, I watched the program for a year. I think they went 7-4 and lost in the first round of the playoffs. But since then, we went 14-1, lost in the semis, 13-3, lost in the semis, and this will be the third year. This will be the third year and a 4-year plan that we have for the school when we all sat down together, me and White them. So this is the year of completion, and we hope that we do what we set out to do 4 years ago.
I want to touch before we transition. If we transition, I want to touch on what you said about the city schools and the public schools. Like the city schools, they play devil's advocate. It's a lot of schools are closer together, and I'm assuming in the not rural areas, but in like public schools. So does that play? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that is the case when you go to a county school, a school inside of a county. All the schools are together, so they basically have to divide the kids. And then when you divide the kids, obviously you divide the resources. It generally comes down to finances, man. You know what I mean? The economics of it. Every kid counts for a certain dollar amount. So when you have all of the kids that get to go to one school, they need more resources, right? But the financial resources that an academic kid gets, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it comes down to these transfer rules. If we split the money and our money is coming from the city, whether you're APS or the money is coming from the county where you're Douglasville, that stuff is fine. But the rules aren't the same when it comes down to transferring from one school to another or moving, right? If a family moves from one community to another one, the rules aren't the same. I don't think you have to move to go to a city school. You can live wherever you want to and just pay out of district to go to that school. So that stuff is a little bit different, which makes it more difficult for kids' eligibility. And then the kids are punished. A family situation, an unfortunate situation. I've known kids who have parents who've lost their homes. With my nonprofit, we help with homeless and displaced kids. So we've done rent assistance for kids and families, and there's no control. The kid has no control over that, right? If the family loses their home and has to move to another area where it's more cost effective, now that kid is deemed ineligible. The kid didn't, the kid's not paying the bills. The kid's not in that situation, but in that situation, they're punished academically, which leads to finance, right? A lot of these kids depend on athletic scholarships to get into school. So if you lose a year of eligibility, that affects your family's finances, right? So all of this stuff has to be taken into place when you're looking at the eligibility rules when it comes to GHSA, I think.
And I want to ask you too, Steve. You know what I'm saying? You got some young kids. You know what I'm saying? I know this. It ain't really hitting home for you right now because your kids, I think, still elementary and middle school. But once they do hit that level, you know what I'm saying, what amendment, you know what I'm saying, if that's the right word, would you like to see GHSA implement?
I think fairness across the board. I think everything he said is correct. I mean, we were talking about it before Coach Steen jumped on. I mean, I think there's a reason the Bufords are what Buford is. Gainesville is what Gainesville is. Mm-hmm. Talk about not having to split the pot of that revenue. I mean, I live here in Gwinnett County. You're talking about 25, 26 high schools splitting a check. And Buford gets all of their city revenue, city of Buford. Right. That's a little bit different. That's how you can, build these $62 million stadiums when you have one that's perfectly fine across the street. So, I mean, I totally understand, and we wish it's across the board. So maybe when my kids get older, possibly, but I think things like this will keep it interesting. I think that whole transfer rule is, lighting a fire under a lot of people. And I see the pros and cons of it. I see some kids that just jump around. They don't want to compete and things like that. That rule is to sit them down. But I've seen other, like what Coach Steen said, kids shouldn't be punished for their parent situation or some sort of family situation. They should be, be able to still play the game that they love. So I see both sides of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great point. I appreciate that, brother. So we got a comment from CS says these hard practices, man. And brother Jimmy tapped back in again. As a Carver Columbus fan, shout out to Douglas County for the work during spring ball.
Appreciate you, Jimmy, for sure.
That's a good segment.
I got some boys over there, man. Kelson Tarver over there. That's one of my kids.
Shout out to Carver Columbus. We got to talk about this schedule, though, Coach. We just was talking about it before you jumped in.
Yeah.
Same thing as last year. I think you took it up even a little bit deeper this time. Like, you guys aren't running from any smoke. This schedule is designed, if you're a football fan and you think that Douglas County is just trying to waltz into the playoffs, they're clearly trying to challenge themselves prior to region play as well as during region play for what you guys have. Talk about this schedule, man, from start to finish. Go ahead and take the floor.
It's I think, like I said, I got here the first year I got here. White said, "Man, for what we have, let's take all challengers, basically." So anybody who wanted a game, he accepted a game, and then I guess the opportunities came to play the Bufords with the region changes. It came to we ended up with Carrollton, and then I guess a traditional game that they had with Coach Boone and White being close buddies. They would play that as an outer region game as well. And then the opportunity for the Benz came about. So the last year we played, state runner-up, I think, Cedar Grove. We played Cedar Grove, and they were supposed to be, the expectation for the Benz game is the projections of where a team will be and not where they end up. So Cedar Grove was supposed to be, they came off of a deep playoff run or a championship loss.
They won it that year.
They won it. They won it. Yeah, so it was the return after they won the state championship. So they foresee us playing, Bo and all of those guys. And, we can't foresee the future. A lot of those guys end up moving out. And then we end up, winning that game handily. But obviously the Langston game, since I've been there, we've beaten Langston twice, who is when it's a rival game, you never know. The rankings don't matter. You know what I mean? So we were actually the underdogs 2 years in a row, and we ended up winning that game. And this year they have their old coach coming back, who was the offensive coordinator, who everybody loves. So we look forward to that game. But I'll go through. North Gwinnett obviously was undefeated all through the season. Their only loss was against Buford in the playoffs. So North Gwinnett has a deep team, deep tradition, a well-coached team. They have some big-time guys on there being recruited by some big-time schools. And I look forward to that being a good game in the Benz. We don't know. We expect us to play our best and them to play our best, them to play their best, and then hopefully we come out with the win at the end of the day. Last year was a big deal. Jonesboro against us, because Jonesboro they have a crazy secondary, right? Right now they got 2 Miami recruits or 2 Miami commits, and I think another young guy at corner. And it was against our receivers. When you look at 2 4-star receivers, and Devin Carter and Aaron Gregory, and then last year we had James Johnson. That was the matchup. That was the matchup. So, but we end up running the ball a lot and ended up coming away with the victory. This year it will actually be a coming home party for one of their players, which would be Jamal Owens. I'm excited to see what he does. He was with them, the year before, and they moved into the, our area, and now he goes to Douglas County. But that's going to be a great game to see. They have a lot of talent over there. They retooled. I think they're better. They're a year older, so they're definitely going to be better. And I look forward to that, playing that at their home. So it's going to be beautiful. Then we have Newton. Newton is a strong team. Great young running back. They're in Hart. What's his name?
Kevin Hartsfield. Yeah.
Kevin Hartsfield. Yeah, that's the young guy, Toonk. That's what they call him, I think, too.
Just got another running back that just transferred in as well. Yep.
Yeah, and they just got another young guy from I forgot what they call him, Hercules or something like that. So
Darius White Jr. from Decatur.
Yeah, man. So that's gonna be a tough game. We played them last year. When we played them, it was a hard-fought game all the way to the end, and we kind of pulled away at the end, 35-17. But it was a tough game, man. It was more of a ground and pound game. Our running back probably had close to 200 yards. He probably ran the ball close to 30 times that game. Zamarcus Lindley and Rakeem Kelly kind of ran the ball a lot, and Aaron and Devin put in a little bit of work to get us over the hump. But that's always a tough game. And then obviously week 4 we got Langston. That one's gonna be tough playing in Langston. I don't think the environment will be too much for us. We went there 2 years ago, and when Air was there after they came off winning state. But that's also gonna be a good game. That team is a offensively senior-led team with Darnell Kelly, the 2 running backs, and Fat and Carson, a big-time tight end, and Xavier. They got a kid over there that's making some noise now by the name of Deuce. O-line looks huge. I watched some of the Buford game. Their O-line is huge, man, and their defense is more young and talented. So, that one's going to be an exciting one, just for the simple fact of the rivalry. Even though it's not Boone, now it's Coach Coach Hines, right? So I think they're calling him like the legendary Coach Hines, obviously, because he broke the state record in points. Yeah. So it's going to be a challenge definitely for our defense to lock down, which I think they're up for the challenge. And I'm not saying we're winning any of these games, but I like us, right? So after Langston, we got Buford. Headed to the $62 million stadium. Buford gave it to us last year. It was close in the first half, I think. Up until the end of the half, we were up 14-7. Then they pulled away, went up 21-14 at halftime, and then ended up beating us 35-14 or something like that. Buford is a physical team, man. And Dylan, I like Dylan's play. The play calling is very disciplined. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to play action off the run. Mm-hmm. And then Buford is, the defense of Buford is beautiful, right? They have the biggest and the fastest D lineman that's probably in the state. They have a great mix of guys. The secondary is stocked with Boogie and Nas, and they just talented, man. They just talented. But I can't wait to get up there in that $62 million stadium and see the environment and have our boys participate in that, and hopefully come out with the W on that one too. And then after Buford, we go into our region play, which is Columbia. We play Columbia. Their team. I hear they're young. They're young and they have some talent on that team. We haven't got that far ahead, obviously, as far as film and stuff like that. But we have Columbia, East Coweta, Westlake, Chapel Hill, then Carrollton. East Coweta is always tough. They have the twins at tackle, which give our D linemen fits. But I think our D linemen are up for the challenge. We didn't get to get that much work on them last year. So hopefully, I think Jordan, Solo, and all the other guys, they look forward to trying to get a couple plays off the edge against those guys. But East Coweta stocked with talent. They're hard-nosed team. Westlake has all those big receivers. They got young Cannon man at quarterback, who's probably a young phenom. I tell people all the time, if you're playing varsity as a freshman or sophomore, you got to be special, but let alone starting, right? So Cannon is leading a varsity team as a sophomore. So I got a lot of love for that kid and his family. They got a great family. So Dion at receiver and then all those guys. So Westlake is nice, and it's a region game, so it's more special. Chapel Hill is a neighbor rivalry, which they come to us this year. Now, when you play rival games or neighborly games in the community, the goal is to destroy, right? Leave no stones unturned, no bodies unturned. And that's what happens when you play a region game with your neighbor. You know what I mean? So we're going to I know the boys going to be hyped up for that, and they're going to want to put their flag in the ground and let the region or the community know that this is our community as far as Douglasville. And then we get down to Carrollton. Facing Carrollton with Joey King and that offense, they're going to be well schemed, well prepared team. And then they have big time guys over there. You're dealing with Peyton Zachary and Ryan Mosley and the new two quarterbacks that they have with the young boy who's doing good, CJ Cypher, and then I think it's the Holzcloth kid. But then you still have Dorian at corner. You got guys like they have a big D tackle named DA, and Carrollton keeps talent. And one of the good things about Carrollton, a lot of their kids, they know them from middle school on up. They have a good feeder program with their middle school and the youth football and stuff like that. So our schedule was tough, man. We played 4 of the top 10 schools in the state of Georgia. 3 of the teams last year, 3 of the teams this year are nationally ranked, I think in the top, if not the top 25, the top 30. Last year, our 3 losses came to 3 of the top 3 nationally ranked teams, basically in the top 12. This year, we played 4 of the top teams in the state of Georgia, 3 of the top teams in the country, in Carrollton, Buford, and Carrollton, Buford, and I think Langston. I think they're ranked top 50 or something like that. Northwood ain't one of them, but this schedule is crazy. The goal is to come out healthy, play 10 healthy games, and then try to take it into the playoffs and finish the drill this year. Yeah.
For you, Coach, from watching Douglas this summer and now in the fall, who's the guy that surprised you the most just throughout, the dress rehearsal leading up to week 1?
Who surprised me? Let me think. Not a lot of them can surprise me because I think we kind of identify the talent young, and then we give them an opportunity. So we wouldn't be giving them an opportunity if we didn't think they had the potential, but who kind of followed through on the opportunity, right? I guess it would surprise other people when they see them play this year. We have a young guy, obviously, who everybody knows his brother, but James Johnson, little brother named Jerry Mathis, man. He's probably 6'6", 6'1", smooth route runner, great hands. He's just a playmaker. He's a freshman. So that freshman class is pretty good. One of the smartest young guys I've seen is we have a young quarterback named Cam Anderson. And he actually had a chance to play with us in last year when he was in the 8th grade and some summer 7-on-7 and stuff like that. So just the cerebral part, the mental part that some of the young guys are doing. We're playing some younger guys this year. Stephen McClendon, Big Z, about 6'3", 210 pounds, sophomore, plays stand-up edge, DN type of guy. We got a young corner that we're playing, Zadrian.
Adrian Jackson. Yeah.
Zay. So Lil Zay is a special kid. But they don't surprise me. You know what I mean? They kind of showed it. They have it, right? But I think a kid that didn't get the opportunity that's going to surprise a lot of people this year is a young linebacker we have by the name of KJ Howard. I mean, he's an animal. He's a freak. He's behind two senior linebackers right now. But he tore his ACL last year in the Newton game. But when you talk about work, knowing how to work, he worked his way on the field by playing special teams. He's in on every special teams tackle. He's strong as an ox. He's fast as a DB, and he goes 0 to 60 like a dang on Corvette or something. Man, I'm talking about the kid is nice. He's super nice. But surprise, yeah. None of those guys kind of surprised me too much. But they're gonna surprise other people. I say that. Yeah.
Okay, last thing I throw it back to HB. See, we're talking about the young guys. I got to ask about the Jenkins twins. Seen them train with Coach Third. Guys are polished. You know what I'm saying? Possibly, I'm guessing some kids that can maybe get some reps this season. But just what's your thoughts on the Jenkins twins?
The Jenkins twins. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that name. Let me look them up.
Gotcha. I got you right here.
What position they play?
They play DB.
With us?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, they're young boys. Yeah, they're young boys, man. So they're talented. They're a group of talented guys. They're not varsity ready or reps yet. Maybe. Right? They're not majority varsity guys yet. They'll have it, but they'll dress out. They're good enough to definitely dress out and play in those situations that call for it. And I think they do. I think they are like second team special teams too. So, with us, it's you definitely have to put in the work. So it leads with special teams, right? Young guys get in on all special teams, work in the weight room, work in the classroom. And then when you show that you can be consistent, then our coaching staff will give you the opportunity to kind of earn that time on the field for sure.
There it is. Wait and see approach. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're not just going to talk about all this and not include, you already let Jamar go. We know who he is.
Yeah.
Guy by the name of Adrian Cole. You're just not going to say nothing about that. Kennedy Green, you're not going to say nothing about that. You're just not going to say nothing about all these killers you guys acquired throughout the offseason, man. I feel like the talent is impressive.
Yeah.
That's why you guys are not the dark horse. But talk about some of those guys that came in, man, what their role has been so far.
I think so. Obviously, when it comes to some of the guys who came in, if I just split it up in defense and offense, we've had some guys, right? You got your Jordan Carters. I think one of the most unsung heroes on our defense that isn't recognized with stars and everything, who probably had the best season on our D-line last year, who didn't have as many sacks, but probably had the best season overall, was a guy by the name of Solomon Fabian. Look up Solomon Fabian, pull his huddle, and find 44.
That's a kill to dress.
Yeah.
The wire too tight. I like him.
And that's what you need in a football player. So he goes. He's gonna face all your biggest O tackles. He goes inside, plays D tackle. He plays D end. He's been playing varsity since his freshman year, and that he is the guy that you wouldn't know, but the stars or the 4 stars, I'm not gonna call them stars because they're not professionals, but the 4-star guys on our team, let him walk out to check the temperature and tell everybody it's okay. Because he's gonna go out there first, take the first swing, take the first hit, and say, hey, follow me. Like there is not 1 ounce of fear in this guy. And the 4 stars follow his lead when it comes to demonstrating on the field. So that's one thing for sure, that attitude and that way of football, right? The culture, that is the type of culture that you want to have in football, but that's what we wanted at Douglas County. And the crazy thing is, for me, I think he's along the lines of a Coach Johnny White guy, right? He doesn't have he's not the huge guy. He's 6'1", 240, but he's not Jordan Carter, right? 6'3.5", 250, long arms. but he's a Johnny White type of guy. Like those are leaders, right? So when you got guys like that, it makes it easy for the 4-star guys, right? The prima donna type guys that have all the physical attributes, right? So Solomon Fabian is one of the top guys, but the leader of the secondary probably obviously is Jamal Owens. He's one of the most cerebral, athletic, football, high football IQ guys that I've met. I tell them all the time, I've seen only one other guy, me personally, that I like out of that class. It's him and Nas were my guys, him and Nasir McCoy. He's a leader, right? He plays everything: corner, nickel, safety. Then you go to Nick Burton. Nick Burton is a 6'1", 185, 90-pound cornerback that will knock your head off, right? He's strong at the point, plays the ball well in the air. He's committed to Liberty University right now. Then you get to the guys that you talking about, right? The Kennedy Greens. You got KJ, who's 6'2", 195 pounds of pure muscle. When you see him, you think he's a thumper, but he's probably one of the most smartest guys on the back end. So when Jamar's moving around like a chess piece, KJ is actually back there making the calls. Already studying. He's great at studying film. So he's the one who makes the calls for the defense and put everybody in place. But a guy that I just met is the guy you're talking about, and Adrian Cole. All of those guys are special. Kennedy is high IQ, 195 pounds, 6'2", he'll be recruited by every school in the country. Jamar is more of the slender guy, plays safety, nickel, corner. He can play anywhere on the back end. Nick is a bigger, stronger corner. Adrian Cole is if you took all of those guys and put them in one. Adrian is 6'2" and a half, 205 pounds, probably is running a 4.5, 37 to 40-inch vertical, can play corner, nickel, backer, and safety. Us seeing him every week. If you say somebody who surprised me, it was him. Usually guys who aren't that highly touted don't surprise you. He surprised me. I mean, there's nothing he can't do. And right now he can play anywhere, but for us, he was playing at nickel. That's what James Johnson played for us, and it gives him a lot of freedom, right, to kind of do what he wants to do, and we want him to be free to kind of make plays. But Adrian is a freak of nature, man. And him and KJ, being 2027 kids, are going to be the faces of that back end and that defense going into the future. And then recently played in the spring game, somebody who had a great game for us in the fall scrimmage, Samaje. Samaje is probably 280 right now, 6'1", repping 400 pounds on the bench. And him being on that D line kind of almost completed everything. You know, they just have to gel together and stuff like that. But Samaje is definitely a force to be reckoned with next to Solo and Jordan Carter for sure. And then our backers, man, is that the defense is nice. You know, you got a guy, a 2-year starter, and Steve Jones, a very athletic linebacker. And then we have Richard Dice, who's also a very athletic linebacker. They're thumpers. They come downhill. This may be, I think when I first got there, the Douglas County defense was very, very talented. This defense is going to rival that defense. They just have to put it on the field, you know.
100%.
What does Samaj do for that defensive line? That's that recent addition.
The main thing I think he does, he brings senior leadership. Okay. This team is a senior heavy team, and Samaj does a great job of setting the example for younger guys. He works harder than a lot of guys that I've seen. And I mean, when I say work hard, I don't mean doing what you're supposed to do. He does extra. We were at practice the other day. He stayed after and ran sprints. Our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Stevenson, came up to me and said, hey, this kid can ask me for anything. He came in and is one of the hardest working guys in the weight room. And he's a dog, man. He's a dog. Like that's something you can't ask for. Like what you want is when you line up across from a guy and you don't see fear in his eyes, right? You see determination, the discipline, and just tunnel vision. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I don't think these guys believe there's a game they're going to lose. You know what I mean? Or have a chance to lose. Like, they believe every time they line up in front of somebody, they're going to dominate that man. So they're actually at the point of inspiring us right now as coaches. You know, we have to be optimistic, right? And we can't say we're going to win this or win that, but those guys say it for us. So, you know, we don't have to. But no, they special, man. Those guys are special. And then the offense too. Like, it's just so much, man. Having Mike Johnson and Rakeem Kelly, Marcus Lindley, Aaron Devin. The O-line is nasty and big from Josh Vaughn, who's probably the most consistent guy, another under-recruited guy. Eddie Alford being one of the leaders on the line.
I love it.
But overall, as far as sacrificing and leading by example, right now that offense is probably led by Devin Carter. That kid is from when he got here. We had to play Cedar Grove, man. He came off of a wrist injury, and he was cleared, but going into the game, he was so sad because he felt like he wasn't able to play to his full potential. And he came to me one day and pulled me aside and said, "Coach, I think I'm going to sit out this game." And I said, "Why?" He said, I don't want to let them down by me being out there and not being 100%, you know, and him just thinking about sacrificing his own play, missing a game and sitting down so that someone else can get an opportunity so that the team could have a better chance to win is one of the most selfish acts that I've seen out of a human being. And for him to do that at the age of 17 years old, it showed great leadership to me. And I think from that point on, as he got integrated into the program, he's grown more into a young man, and he's learned how to be a great example and continue to become a better leader as time has went on.
For sure. I want to take you back to the defense. I'm going to go back to the offense.
Yeah.
Talked about this team's defense, reminding you of the defense a couple years ago. You said that was one of the best defenses you have seen. What characteristics or just what traits remind you of that? Is it size? Is it speed? Is it combination? What is it?
That year, man, it was probably one of the most talented secondaries I've ever seen out of that defense. You had Jacob Boyce, who's at West Virginia. You had Richard Freeman, who's at Fort Valley State. But you had Mike Thomas, who now is at he'll kill me if I get this wrong. He's at Army, University of Army. And then you had Brandon Payton, who's at Reinhardt University. And then playing back there young was a young Aaron Gregory, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And that was 2 safeties, a nickel, and 2 corners. Those are 5 college players, right? So to me, anytime you can get college players on a high school field, you have the advantage. These are student athletes. So a lot of the times, most schools have high school athletes on the field. We were fortunate enough to have 5 college guys on the back end. And then we had Mike Hasty, who's now at West Virginia at linebacker. And then we had Jaden Cheeks, who decided not to go play college football. And then the D-line was a young 10th grade Jordan Carter, Corey Jordan, who's at Georgia Southern, LaDarian Williams, who's at North Carolina. And then you had Solomon Fabian, who's in 10th grade, right? That whole defense, I think all of them are either gone to play college football or headed to go play college football, except for one kid who played for that team and decided, because he had college offers, he decided not to go play college football. So this defense reminds me of that, because it's probably going to be 11 college football players on the field on that defense at one time, which it can get scary. It can get scary, right? Once they're hitting on all cylinders and playing to their potential. There's other schools who have that too, you know, the Bufords, Graysons, Carrollton, and stuff like that. But that's why they are who they are, right?
That's a fact. And we're talking about it, going back to the offensive side of the ball, we can't talk about DC we already talked about Aaron Gregory, but the first player, you know what I'm saying, the school history that made the AJC, I believe top 11, Super 11
or something like that. Yeah.
Because, you know, everybody knows what AG is, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Super humble. You know what I mean? Probably get out of his routes better than most, better than probably.
Yeah.
I'm saying anybody in the country, but just day to day watching them every day, man. What do you kind of just pick up from him? Like, dang, man, he's something about you, brother.
Well, crazy thing is, I've known Aaron since he was going to the 8th grade, and the thing with Aaron is his family. He has a great supporting cast, right? I don't think any kid is as successful without a strong family foundation behind him. His mother, his brother,
his pops, Brandon.
William Avery, who played at Duke, and then his father, Brandon Prigden, who I think he gets the discipline, the work ethic from, right? So I think genetically, his mother and them have the genetics, and then his father has instilled the work ethic in him. He's a blue collar guy, gets up, goes to work every day to provide for his family, and I think the combination of both of those things, you get Aaron Gregory. And not only that, there was always a plan. I remember when I met him, Brandon called me one day and he said, "Hey man, I want my son to be known in the state of Georgia." And I had just got to Georgia and I was having my program, and I said, "Okay, let's do it." And he ended up playing for Ross Elite, my youth football team, and he was in my nonprofit Brand of a Champion. And we set out to make him one of the best players in the country. And it doesn't happen without discipline, man, and a plan. So they've created a plan and they stuck to it. And, the combination of both parents and then his will, he has to want it too, right? Yeah. He just has it, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times it looks effortless, you know what I mean? But when you stand in front, I told him, I remember when he first, probably his second year in high school, and we would go to the field and work on releases and stuff like that and just condition. And, before he would have a trainer, and then when he didn't have a trainer, sometimes I would, emulate a guy, and I stood in front of him. And I got done with the drill or whatever, and I walked off and I told him, I said, "Hey, man, I don't know if you know this." And a lot of people don't know it, right? Because you're watching the perspective. I said, "But when you stand in front of you, he looks 7 feet tall. He looks so big, man. I mean, I don't know what it is, but if you stand in front of him, he looks so big. It's so intimidating, right?" So I tell people all the time, it's like they think he's not. It looks easy because I think there's more fear in the defender, because everybody can say what they want to say, but not until you stand in front of him and he's lined up at receiver and you realize how tall he is, how long he is, how big his shoulders are. You decide, like, you know what, I'm going to take a step or two back, right? Yeah. I don't know what's about that. You don't want to get into a wrestling match with him because he's so big, and then you don't understand how fast he is or how long his stride is. But other than that, man, that's a generous kid. He's a loving kid. He's modest. He's never going to tell you probably outright that I think I'm the best. Well, he might, you know what I mean? He's coming to his own, you know what I mean? Yeah. But he's just a great kid, man. I mean, he's taught me so many things. He's taught me so many things as far as the character of a human being, how he looks at people and how he treats people. You know what I mean? There's situations where I've seen people not treat him fairly, right? And his response was, "Well, I can't be unfair to them because then how will they learn?" Right?
That's heavy.
You know what I mean? So he's a special kid, and I think as long as he keeps his family behind him and he stays level-headed, he has the chance to be in the spotlight, but use it for positive and be that example that changes a lot of young people's perspectives on things that are more than football life, right? And they can carry that with them into their lives and help other people. You know what I mean? So he's a special kid, though, for sure. Special.
Aaron Gregory, a four gentleman and a scholar. Got a comment here from Julian, the legendary Julian Colvard. Talk about AG as a safety, most underrated safety in GA.
Probably. I mean, I know a lot of people that say, and hey, man, if he decides to play safety, he'll probably walk into the NFL in 3 years. I mean, he's that, and it's that effortless for us, man. our DB coach, I tell you a quote from our DB coach, and he changed my mind. Our DB coach said, have you seen Aaron come down and tackle from the safety spot? Wide receivers don't tackle like that. So he said that's the sign alone that he's a safety, right? But then he goes to wide receiver and makes it look easy. You know what I mean? So I think he can actually, if he ever, whatever he decides, I think he'll be able to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, I agree with Julian. He probably is the most underrated safety. I think if he just played safety, he would probably be the top safety in the country.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to him a couple years ago on the Douglas County pod I did over there. I was asking because he was getting heavily recruited by South Carolina too. I was like, you know, I saw some of his safety highlights at Augusta.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, brother, you know what I'm saying? They is South Carolina recruiting you as a receiver or they're recruiting you as a safety? He said, man, that's a chance I could possibly play both. So I'm not sure what they got cooking up at Texas A&M. Looks like best receiver, but hey, you know
he can do whatever. Really, he can do whatever he decides. And if you notice, like you said, when he was a freshman, he was at safety and everybody was recruiting him at safety. But then what happened when he put forth effort into his wide receiver, becoming one of the top wide receivers in the country? You know what I mean? So I think it's just all determined on what he decides he wants to do, and it'll kind of go from there for sure.
Yeah. I mean, quick shout out too. I see you put that plug in those old school Ross Elite teams. I actually remember. I guess I remember those games. I remember, and I was talking to Bacon about it. Arguably, in my opinion, the greatest youth Georgia football team all time. A team that Ross Elite lost to, I believe, the Duluth Wildcats.
No, we lost to the LA Rampage.
That's right. You guys did lose to the Rampage. Yeah.
Oh, but you're talking about Duluth. Oh, yeah. So that year, we played Duluth. We weren't. Well, I don't know. You talking about in Miami or in Georgia?
In Georgia.
So in Georgia, that was my second year with a youth program in Georgia. But the third year is when we became a national team, and then we ended up losing to the team from LA and Georgia. But yeah, now that I was telling someone the other day, you know, I think just a testament to that group. I think 22 of those kids, which I only had a 25 to 27 man roster. I know that 22 of those guys went off and started varsity, played varsity as freshmen. That's how much talent was on that team, man. You know, the help from Aaron Ross, my partner, and Brandon a champion. We were able to accumulate that talent from Georgia, and that one can be done in Georgia. Georgia's different, man. You know, I tell my boys from Texas all the time, Georgia different, dog. Georgia a little different.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
We talked about some of the pressure that some of those guys up front of the trenches are going to create, and obviously we talked about Jamar. Jamar's probably going to gain the most. Just watch his ranking right now, and I want y'all to watch his ranking in November, early December. I think it's going to be completely different. I think that kid's got a lot to gain from jumping over to this roster and being coached with these guys. But there's one guy I wanted to talk about. I don't remember my man's name. And I think, personally, I'll go out on a limb and say, if this kid was healthy last year.
Oh, yeah. I know you about to say.
He's healthy, as well as your quarterback doesn't go down, even though James had a phenomenal effort in that semifinal game against Grayson at Grayson. A couple balls go the other way. Douglas County goes to the championship. Douglas County probably wins the state championship game, right?
Yeah.
But this kid, he's a receiver. This kid,
Adam
I love
Carter.
this kid. Man,
Adam Carter. Yeah.
How's he doing, man? Shout out to him.
He's doing well, man. He's on the road to recovery. You know, the recovery road is a tough road, right? Right now, we're in the process of basically being there for him. He got hurt last year with I think he tore his ACL, MCL, and then he had an issue as far as his recovery and his surgeries. But right now, he's in good spirits. He's moving around. He's looking for full range of motion in his knee. But you know, he has a personal goal set to be back by week 8. If that's possible, it's going to get real scary. But yeah, that kid is, you know, looking at another 6'3" kid, 185, 90 pounds, who runs a 21-200, whose hands he probably wears a 3X gloves. He's catching the ball with one hand, snatching it out of the air. It was an unfortunate thing, but I think now he understands, you know, with football, man, a lot of people take for granted. And I try to put the emphasis on the kids as far as I don't think people understand how much these kids go through. This is not the pros, and they don't get paid to go out there and throw their bodies against each other. You know, so these kids do this at the age of 15, 16, 17 years old, and they're not rewarded for it, but they deal with all the issues that a professional would deal with. You know, you deal with the depressions, you deal with the seclusiveness of being alone at times, or when you lose, the pressure of the stands and the crowds and the families, the expectations. It's a lot they deal with, and I try to remind these kids, our kids and other kids too, that a lot of these things that are happening, it's a part of your journey, right? The good and the bad, the wins and the losses, and take them as lessons, and put them in your tool belt and use them as you maneuver through life. But Adam, you know, every kid, we've had a bunch of kids, and I've been able to experience it, and I've talked at a couple conferences about it. He was hurt and he went to a depression, which all kids do, and it's being alienated away from your team. Now you're by yourself in a rehab room and stuff like that. But I think now he's in great spirits. He's out now. He was out at practice today, running around with his knee brace on. I'm talking about he's still catching the ball with one hand. He doesn't have full range of motion, but he's running. He's jumping. He dunked the ball the other day. I mean, he's a freak athlete. You know what I mean? But I think the main thing is being there for the players, for the kids psychologically. Because if you guys know from being at these games, you hear what the stands say, right? And to imagine all the vulgar things that come out of the stands, and they don't take into perspective that these are 15-year-old kids, right? These are 15-year-old kids. So imagine if someone pulled their kid into a room and said the things about them that they say about the kids on the field, right? They wouldn't want that on their word, wish that upon their worst enemy, but they do it, you know. So I think we got to do better as adults, putting a covenant of protection around these kids. And this is a game at the end of the day. Grown men play a kid's game when it goes to the NFL, right? And these are kids playing a kid's game, and we can't make it that serious, right? It's not that serious, you know. So you know, when people put harsh judgments on kids, it really tears me up, man. It really tears me up. But Adam is definitely. Marcus Adam Carter was probably, I told him just the other day, I said, man, you would probably be one of the top 5 wide receivers in the state of Georgia if you wouldn't have got hurt, man. So I'm going to do whatever I can to help him stay positive and on his path back. And then when he comes back, I'm not going to say if, when he comes back, it's DBs are in trouble for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember watching him. I was like, yeah, who's going to stop these guys before he got injured? Tragedy of the season, but I mean, I think the good thing that works for you guys is no shortage of, you know, college coaches that are dropping by and pulling up. So you'll be able to get him right. You know, you got Josh hotter than fish grease right now. KJ hotter than fish grease. You got guys, man. So super happy to be around and witness some of this stuff in person. Got my QB Marcus in the background. What up, QB Marcus? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up, Durell, man?
What's going on, QB?
I was in tears, man, just hearing you, man, for a couple minutes, man. It's real good stuff, man. What y'all got going on?
Oh, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
QB, talk to us, man. What games you got circled? You know, you're one of the more polarizing figures in Georgia youth high school football, man. Yeah. I mean, I feel like JFK sometimes. I got to watch over my back just being around you guys. They love you, but they respect you and they listen to you. Talk to us, man.
Well, it's a balance when it comes to it, but you know, it's judgment at the end of the day. But overall, I love doing the less unfortunate teams and to get everything high stakes. But for the most part, Corky Kell is really a good platform for these schools in the state of Georgia to showcase their talents and a couple athletes that haven't got that marketing or the exposure. To be a part of Corky Kell, but to start off where I always started off in APS, which I got to go with Doug and West Forsyth, which that's going to be, how can I say, I think it's going to be a slow obtaining type of game where Doug, they're really trying to put themselves out there. When it comes to it, they lost a plethora of players, which they got to kind of regain, which West Forsyth, they're not a sleepover team. They actually compete in the type of region they're in with North Atlanta, Side Forsyth, in Alpharetta. So it's going to be I think it's going to be a very physical game when it comes to Corky Kell.
All right, one second, guys. And we got Kai Mitchell and Jordan in the background, so I'm gonna add them on. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna shed some light on these young men. So here's Kai. Jordan be with us in a minute. How you doing, Kai? What's going on with you, brother?
Yo, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Just got out of practice.
All good, brother. So first and foremost, man, just how was practice today, man?
Good. Game planning for Jones, bro. You know, we got a good game plan for him.
100%. You know, I know QB. You know, so I'm gonna defer to QB Marcus here. I know Mount Zion got a lot going on, but QB, you know, so just shed some light on how you feel about Mount Zion and Jonesboro matchup coming up Friday.
No, I feel like it's gonna be a good
Well, for
game.
the first part, my
My
bad. I'm
fault,
sorry.
QB.
My bad.
How QB go?
Wait, you wanted Kai or QB Marcus?
QB Marcus, go ahead, brother.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. For the most part, nice seeing you, Kai Mitchell. For the most part, man. You know, for the most part, man. This is you. I don't. You know, you put yourself in a type of predicament where you got to kind of prove yourself now. You know, because this Jonesboro and Mount Zion game, you know, for you to be in the new quarterback there, it's a lot. You know, and for the preference that Jonesboro put around your name is the school around the corner. So for the first part, how would you kind of balance yourself within coming into being a new quarterback and trying to uplift your team, be naming a team around the corner?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
For me being a new quarterback, I'm trying to get all the trust in my guys. You know, wait, you know, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You know, getting all the trust in my guys and my alignment for them to believe in me. You know, I feel like it's gonna be a pretty good game.
Right. And speaking of, you saying good game, Jonesboro has a plethora of players, which y'all, seen that practice on film. They got a new quarterback as well. Both are new to Clayton County, Ethan Sharp, of course. And you got one of the top athletes in the state of Georgia, Jonte Wyman. So the thing is, man, how y'all see these players at Jonesboro, and Jonte plays both ways, and they got Cortez Redding. They have a pretty legit secondary. So how do you go through this process of mental preparation?
Uh, Preparation by like we just. I mean, I know they're very good at covering. They got a good DB core, but I feel like if we can run the ball, and throw when we got to throw the ball, I feel like we can get the win. I mean, I've been watching film. I mean, they're very two good, respected players, but I just feel like we got a good game plan for them.
Right. And the thing is, Mount Zion haven't scored over 20 points in the last 5 years versus in this matchup. So can this be a different phase for for Mount Zion to at least change the narrative of this team? Because I've been watching y'all, when it comes to doing everything great in the summertime. Congratulations being Chapel Hill, of course, the 618 for
Yes,
Mount
sir.
Zion. So the thing is, I feel like y'all been competing, obtaining, good value. You got a good coaching staff over there at Mount Zion. But the thing
Yes,
is, I
sir.
feel like y'all really, really have to prove yourself in this game to set up in the region that y'all in to at least make the playoffs, because you have Stevenson, you got North Clayton, you got Doug, you got Luella. So you have some teams that you can kind of, raffle with, but also have to prove. So I think this game that y'all really, really have to prove yourselves what Mount Zion is really about instead of being the team around the corner.
Yeah, you're right. We really do gotta prove ourselves. You said it, QB. They haven't scored 20 points in this game the last couple years. So I feel like the pieces that we bring to the table now, I think we can score more than 20 points.
Right. And I feel like I watch you play that Monroe, of course.
Yes,
I,
sir.
I watch you play that Monroe, and I felt like um, the type of brand, like playing quarterback, like what is the Kai Mitchell that you want everybody to come to the game and watch you instead of just, man, okay, he's the quarterback at Mount Zion. Even though you have some experience being at quarterback, and potentially can be the best quarterback in Clinton County this season. So I hope this year you want to leave a mark on your name. So what is that goal and what is that expectations for yourself to at least accomplish that? Just an inner goal.
The inner goal is just first of all, I want people to come to the game and be like, he's explosive and he can throw the ball instead of just saying he just a wildcat quarterback just throwing the ball. No, I'm a real passing quarterback. I can throw the ball in the pocket. And yeah.
Sounds good. All right. So let's talk to Jordan, man. Jordan, how you feeling?
Y'all hear me?
Oh,
Yep, we can hear you.
Y'all feel pretty good.
oh.
Okay, man. So for the most part, Jordan, um, let me you've been at Mount Zion, right? So you know about this, tradition, this upstate, about this, week one game, man. So talk about the week one game coming into Jonesboro.
I feel like we can actually compete with them this year. Like last year, we had pointless until the second half, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like we can actually, to be honest, my point, we can probably hold them less than 10.
Right. And I've been covering Clayton County for a while. They don't respect y'all at all.
At all.
They,
They've been talking trash for.
Let me get in real quick. Hey Jordan, I wanted to ask you this when you got on, brother. Again, he was forgive me for the abrupt run in, but I had to get the young man on. I told him I was gonna give him a spotlight. But just talk about, what I'm saying, last year's recruiting coordinator, offensive coordinator, man, Coach Peak, man, just how much different is his team, I'm saying, feeling his energy, I'm saying, with his recent passing.
I feel like the energy is way up. We doing it for him this year.
100%. Like for you personally, man, just what are you taking from him into this year that's going to, not surprising, but like it's going to make you, I guess, stand out a little more than you did last year. That makes sense.
Being more greedy this year, more physical. That's it.
Absolutely, brother. You know what I'm saying? For you and Kai, you know what I mean? Y'all battle each other during practice. How have y'all made each other better? So you're an elite, I'm saying, safety DB. Kai's one of the best, I'm saying, hitting quarterbacks in the state. So how is that dynamic, I'm saying, shaped out in practice?
Like you said, we compete iron sharp iron. We just compete, make each other better.
And for you, Kai?
I would say competing in practice every day against him. I know he plays safety and DB, so throwing against him at practice makes me better. And then when he gets on offensive side of the ball, him throwing the ball and him going against DBs at practice make me better too.
100%. And then, back again to this Friday, like y'all said, man, or like you just said, for whatever reason, don't respect y'all. But like, what is it? What is it? I'm saying, what's going to be different about this game?
I would say the offense. I think we're gonna put up. Well, I know we're gonna put up a lot of points. So I would say the offense would be, and then our defense. I like our defense. So our defense is better, and yeah, I would say that.
What do y'all feel is the identity of this team this year?
The identity.
Yes, sir.
I say the identity is running the ball. We have a really good offensive line and good running back trio we have.
What are the names, man? Just elaborate on that some more. Like, what's special about the backs? Are they power backs? Are they, you know what I'm saying, good run cut guys? Just elaborate on that.
We have
both.
We have bruiser backs, fast scat backs. For real, we got 2 bruiser backs and we got 2 scat backs. So we can go any way. For real.
That's big. All right, so we know Jonesboro. You know, we got Tay. And this is a question for Jordan. I know you're on the defensive side ball, defensive side of the ball. So you got Deontay, you got Ben, you know what I'm saying? You got Scoop. How well prepared is the DB room for Jonesboro coming on Friday?
You said how is it?
Yeah, for Jordan, yes, sir.
You said how is it?
Like how, like what about this? What about the secondary is going to be prepared for y'all? Be prepared for Jonesboro for Friday.
I don't even know for real. Just know we're gonna try them off the gate.
Gotcha. I'm gonna add one more. We'll add Najeh into the group, man.
What up, y'all?
What's up, Najeh?
What's going on, man? How y'all boys doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. Week one, man. Y'all boys ready?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
So real quick, I know they've been asking y'all questions, man. Like, what's y'all preparation like, man? How y'all been preparing to obviously, do what you practice and was able to do?
So how we been preparing?
Yeah.
A lot of conditioning.
A lot of conditioning. Back to back. Back to back.
A lot of running drill and inside drills. That's how we've been preparing.
And then, what's some of y'all goals, man? What y'all want to accomplish this year?
Yeah, going to the playoffs. I think we're one of the better teams in our region, so I feel like we can get about 7 wins in the region.
Okay. And then, Jordan, what part of your game you think makes you stand out?
Part of my game that makes me stand out is that I'm all over the field on both sides of the ball. If I'm at safety, I cover sideline to sideline, receiver, and corner up top.
Okay. And then all this work and preparation you talked about, you guys have been putting in. Why do you think this year for you guys can be special?
To be special, I just feel like the new pieces that we brought in our coaching staff, they're really good hard on us. So I think this year gonna be special if they keep being on us how they are.
Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, so you talked about just this year being different. There's a lot to prove this season. What's y'all end goal for this season, man? Personally and as a team.
Our end goal is going to playoffs and making it to state for real.
And for you as well, Jordan.
Yes, sir. Making the Mount Zion a name on the mouth.
100%. And we got another question here from Coach Jude, man. Jordan comes downhill, you know what I'm saying, as he does so well. Jordan comes downhill when tackling 45-degree angle pursuit. That's rare for a high school safety. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Jordan is elite, man. So when you see that question from saying a DB coach is well regarded in the state, man, what does that mean to you, brother? You there, Jordan?
Is that again?
I said we got a comment here from Coach Julian Colvard. He said Jordan comes downhill when tackling at a 45-degree angle pursuit. That's rare for a high school safety. So when you see that, what does that mean to you?
Like what I gotta do, coach. That's safe. Try to get to college, coach. Textbook.
So what I'm saying, where did you just like, was it natural for you to pursue like that, or just where did you pick up a uncanny skill?
I'll say it's pretty both natural and skillful because at safety you gotta have the brains as a QB on offense. You gotta be all over the field.
100%. This season, you know what I'm saying, you guys, you know what I'm saying, were to, I think last year, let me see what y'all record was last year, but you know what I'm saying, I would go, let's say 4-0, 3-0 out the gate, what would that mean to not only the team but the community of Mount Zion?
It'll be great.
And for you personally, brother, you know what I'm saying, just who have you been hearing from, you know what I'm saying, college coaches wise, throughout your recruitment?
I think he's muted for us.
Speaking in Jordan.
Yeah, speaking of Georgia, yes, sir. He tapped out. So back to you. So here we go. Here we go. Go ahead, Jordan.
He said, "Man, I kind of lost
Yeah,
this."
the question was, you know what I'm saying, just who have you been hearing from college coaches wise as a young age?
He said, "Who did culture wise help me?"
You know what I'm saying? Like when you're recruiting, I know you got you just
Oh,
got offered by Presbyterian not too long ago. Outside of Presbyterian, you know what I'm saying, who have you been in contact with this offseason?
be honest, go at me. I don't nobody, but I had talked to State, I believe. Yeah, Georgia State.
Say it one more time.
I said, only person I've been talking to is Georgia State.
Georgia State. Okay, so you know what I'm saying, what do you like about Georgia State early on? You know what I'm saying, what has stood out to you about just the program being on the rise lately?
I like the program. It's a small school and a lot of competition. I like competition.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're receiving a lot of you're receiving some attention right now, you know what I'm saying, as a high school player. Just college coaches, I'm assuming, are coming around practice a little bit. How have your teammates, how they're reacting to maybe to seeing college coaches come around, show some love, see what not only you have, but everybody else has going on. How they're reacting to that.
And then everybody else want to compete more and more and trying to be in the same position. So
Absolutely. All right, QB, I'm gonna throw it to you, brother. All yours, Mark.
Hey, so for the most part, like I was saying about, I really have y'all as a playoff contender this year. I don't think if y'all been paying attention for the most part, but I feel like y'all can take another step into this season in improving yourselves. Like, hey, like Mount Zion, this is our time. This is our time to do this. This is our time to do that. Versus a lot of people, outsiders that really don't know about y'all. Because I look at the region, North Clayton, Justin Murphy, yeah, but y'all have the more experienced guys. Looking at Luella, they lost a lot of people when it comes to it. Stone Mountain, of course, y'all can pretty much handle. Then City Grove, I feel like y'all can handle. So those four games that y'all can pretty much wrap around and carry this momentum, carry the momentum into the playoffs, man. Make sure everybody knows what this team is really about. I feel like y'all really can do that, and I feel like this is a special group to do that. Y'all can cater yourselves to a lot, man. Y'all have a lot of good young talent over there. A lot of guys that can, put everything together.
Yeah, like you said, Mark. In the region, a lot of people lost a lot in this region. So like you said, I think we're gonna be able to beat a lot of these teams with that, and we got the most experienced guys, like you said. And like you said, people really don't believe in us for real, and they've been slacking on us. So when we pop out this season and beat these teams, they're gonna be like, "It's our time. It's our time to win."
Right. And speaking about that, the playoffs. I think this will be your. I'm predicting it. And I think you can do it. It's going to probably be your first time actually, making the playoffs. And the thing is, I feel like this would be a tremendous upside for Mount Zion. Even though they won, y'all won a couple games last year. But this is a better improved roster. Like if just looking at the offensive line standpoint, the receiver standpoint, especially Jordan, in the secondary, and a lot of guys back there can make plays where y'all can handle this. I feel like y'all can. It's up for the pickings. If y'all can just lock in, take practice very serious. Understanding the game plan each week, because I feel like, hey man, the reason's wide open, and y'all upset what Stevenson last year. So everything is pretty much destined. And I feel like with the upset last year, with the wins last year, okay, adding talent, adding a quarterback that has experience, that puts a toll, improving this team. So.
Question here, a statement rather from Coach Jew again. Henry for Valley, Missouri, Missouri Southern, so Southern Miss. Hit me about Jordan. Everyone wants to see him play with a lower pad level, more patience, consistent tackling. He has been doing, and coaches want. Man, you know what I'm saying? Jordan's a dog, man. I think everybody know that at this point. You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll learn to come know that. Just turn on the film, man. Like I said, Jordan, I saw you last year. You know what I'm saying? Coach Peak put me on too. I got to talk to y'all after the Chapel Hill scrimmage game. Very thoroughly impressed with what you got going on, brother. The sky's the limit. Just keep doing your thing, man. We'll, as media members, you know what I'm saying? You heard it here first. You know what I'm saying? We'll do everything in our power to get you out there and get you more exposure, brother. But keep doing your thing, brother, because what's done in the dark will come to the light, and it's about to come to the light for you, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, you know what I'm saying, Najeh, I'll throw it to you if you want to add in a couple more questions. But, fellas, we appreciate you coming on, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, we actually, no, go ahead now, do your thing.
Yeah, I just go more for me, let y'all go, man. Where can, obviously, what's y'all schedule kind of look like, man? What's some big matchups you guys got coming this year where we can check y'all out? You, Kai, obviously, and you, Jordan, as well.
Just in case that again.
Yeah, I said, what's some of y'all big matches y'all got coming up this year, man? Just in terms of miles out, like just where we can go out and catch you guys and watch you guys play.
Big matches. I know Stevenson won this game coming up. Jonesboro. Who else we got? I know we play Lounge.
Got Llewellyn, got Doug.
Doug, and all that.
Got you.
Those going to be the main big matches.
Got you. And then obviously, as QB Marcus said, he kind of said you guys as a contender. So just, when you see that, the uprise of this team, what do you import to your teammates? You kind of lead by example, or you just kind of let your play do the talking?
I say both, because I gotta lead the team. Then when soon I make a play on the field, I get everybody help. Not everybody want to make a play. 11 has the ball. Touchdowns after touchdowns. You got to lead by example sometimes.
Got you. And I guess my last one for you, Kyle, I don't know if you can see it, but obviously making the transition, man. What are you trying to do this year, man, just to put your name more out there and kind of be more on notice?
Make it a lot more plays, Coach. A lot more plays. I safety, sideline to sideline, offense, hitting touchdowns, multiple.
Najeh, can you repeat the question again? Yeah, it went out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I said just, obviously, Kyle, you trying to get out there a little bit more exposure. What are you trying to accomplish here to kind of put your name more out there where people know who you are?
More touchdowns, more everything for real, and going to these camps and showcases, showing what I could do. And winning. I gotta win, and people not finna come out there and watch 0-10 team. No scouts finna go out there and do that. So we gotta win for real. That's the main thing. Can't do nothing without winning.
Facts. Throw it back to you, Bacon. Wrap us up.
Nah, for sure, guys. So like I said, man, we believe in y'all, man. A big game this Friday. Last name, man, just what would it mean to y'all, man? Just, what I'm saying? When you sit back on your manifest starting, what I'm saying, what would it mean to both of y'all to pull out an upset this Friday, man?
I'll go, Jordan, go.
It'll mean a lot to us, Coach, especially who got to go against. It'll just mean a lot to, especially to the organization.
It'll mean a lot to me. Like personally, my mom go to Jonesboro, my 3 cousins go to Jonesboro, my auntie went to Jonesboro. So, pulling this upset off will be very exciting and be bringing it back to the community so they can be happy for it. I'm doing it for my coaching staff. Some of my coaching staff went to Mount Zion, so they ain't beat him in a long time. So us getting this upset will really change the trajectory of this program for real.
100%, fellas, man. Like I said, we appreciate y'all tapping in with us. I'm saying probably for the abruptness, the transition, that's on me. But like I said, we'll be locked in for y'all, man. We'll definitely see what's going on. So appreciate y'all, and y'all have a blessed rest of y'all night.
Too.
Good luck, fellas.
Sure.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So there we have, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like the guy said, man, be big. It'd be big for that community. It's big for that school. So to get things back on the right track, so to speak. I think we think, QB, Najeh, and myself, think they got what it takes. But can you get it done in between the lines? When the lights come on, that's going to be a big thing. I think it's at Terra Stadium this Friday. Somebody great. Terra Stadium this Friday, not too far from South Lake Mall. So if you know what South Lake Mall, Q straight, bus a right. That's how close it is. But we'll definitely stay tuned to Kai Mitchell and Jordan Fabian's journey going forward. So Najeh, I'm gonna throw it back to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? How was the experience at 11 Alive, my brother?
I was smooth, man. You know what I'm saying? Cool little shows, doing a little bit of predictions. Had an interview with Julian Elzy. Wanted to highlight him, man. Special talent out of Brookwood, man. He'll be obviously in person against Houston County.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Julian, you're in the background, bro. Show your camera, dog. But yeah, it'll be fun, man. Excited, and like I said, appreciate Alex for the opportunity, man, more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to go down there and, continue to perfect the craft more than anything, man. So I know it's a Jetpack show. Shout out to Bacon for being able to be a host, you know what I'm saying, and being able to obviously keep things down. Got a little busy, but that's why we want co-hosts. That's why we want guys like QB Marcus, Julian, and SB Prod and Durell Steen on the show, man, to kind of take over when I'm not here, man. Y'all did good. I was listening to it on the way home. Y'all just doing a great job.
No, for sure. Them guys today, you know what I'm saying? Coach Steen, always provide the insight. You know what I'm saying? Can't forget about SB when we brought it out, freestyled it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely shout out to them. We'll see what they got going on. I know here go SB right here.
SB,
yeah, there it is.
Gentlemen,
welcome back.
Yes, sir.
That was a lot going on.
Yeah, man. Bacon was holding it down. My man Steen jammed up. My man Steen can't be seen around some of these kids, man.
I don't want no unbiased. I don't need no unbiased influence,
I appreciate y'all boys joining, man. Yeah, so while I got y'all on here, man, we finna get you here in a second. Obviously, I know y'all was talking to Marcus about where he gonna be. I don't want to get his intel as well. But yeah, man, I really appreciate y'all, man, for coming on. Like I said, I want to do this the whole season. Durell, I was listening to you, man. You was giving some good insight on Douglas County. I know you know the whole state, a bunch of the kids, man. So I don't know what y'all schedules is like. I know y'all got families and kids and stuff like that. You too, SB. But if y'all able to do even an hour on Mondays, man, that works. Like whatever y'all can do and afford the time, man, we appreciate it for sure. But we love to have y'all on every single Monday. You too, QB Marcus. Like we want to have y'all break down y'all intel, and get y'all thoughts on everything.
I appreciate it, man, for sure. I definitely like to do it more often, for sure. But I admire what you guys do, for sure. Just to let you know, too, all 4 of you guys.
Appreciate that, brother.
You don't want to make the big bucks, man.
Nah, man.
Yeah, Polo, look there, we got a fresh cut, fresh fade, man. Come on, you hide that money, brother.
Facts. But QB, I'm gonna throw it to you, man. I know you was going on a little bit of tangent for the kids came on, man. What you've been seeing from the state, man. So I'm gonna let you pick back up where you left off.
So this week, week 1, it is how can I say, it's 9 more games on the schedule accordingly. But I feel like in Georgia, in the type of talent that we have in this state, you got to prove yourself every week, because everybody can flip the script on you very, very fast. accordingly to any team, any top 25 team in the state of Georgia. So it's imperative for each team to win, and it starts week 1. And majority, I feel like Corky Kell is a huge upstate for a lot of teams, especially when you're playing in the bins, because you do not want to get embarrassed in the bins, and that actually put a toll within your season, probably just starting week 1, because a lot of teams are like, oh, well, they got this and they got that, and they just couldn't beat this team in a high venue. So the thing is, it's very, very important. I know the playoffs are very important as well, but just to get the hype, the marketing, the branding, and the confidence, man, to really to win week 1.
Nah, for sure. I mean, I agree. Week 1 definitely is the precursor. You know what I'm saying? Definitely tells you a lot about what's going on. And I think, to even some of these teams, these non-region schedules are important. I heard Steen talking about that earlier, about just them paying nationally ranked opponents, you know what I'm saying, early on in the season. That helps them when they're going through that run of the year. So to your point, I think those platforms and being able to play early and see how you match up against the elite definitely makes a difference.
And I totally agree with that. And that helps a lot of other teams. Just like Douglas County, they play Columbia. Columbia's in a 2A team. They're a 2A team, and they got a gauntlet of a schedule. But look at their region. Their region is very lackluster. Like, they can just flick their finger versus the teams that they pretty much play. So the non-region really, really helps. Just to set up the region. Talk about Creekside. How they playing. Modern day, right? when it comes to it, so everything sets up a lot of things to be a part of.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I mean, so, brother, what I'm saying, like Nah just alluded to, man. You know what I'm saying, you everywhere. To you, man, who are some sleeper players? I'm saying to look out for this season.
Well, sleeper players, how can I really say this? For a lot of, I feel like now the season is here. I feel like players that have to prove themselves when it really comes to their high schools. I'm really looking forward into Matt Patchen at New Manchester. Oh man, he sets himself very apart when it comes to playing receiver at New Manchester, which he has a quarterback, which he had a quarterback at South Paul and Caden Winnington, but now he has DJ Alexander when it comes to it. So Matt, please look out for him this season. He's in a region where he can kind of toy with a lot of DBs this upcoming season. Look out for a first-team region receiver upcoming for New Manchester, and that was a great pickup. To kind of be more versatile offensively when it comes to vertical passes, intermediate. He has a different stature when it plays like playing receiver. He's a vertical threat. He's a possession receiver, yards at the catch, man. I feel like this is what New Manchester really, really needed. And Olton Downs is a really good coach when it comes to getting players to the next level, getting players, what they need, the accolades when it comes to that.
I'm saying, now, since we talk about Douglas County, I'm saying, I'm going to throw you in the fire, brother. And when you look at Douglas County's schedule, man, like, who is the team that poses the biggest threat, to guys at DC?
To Douglas County, they, hard schedule when it comes to it. But I had them going 10-0 this season, coming into my rankings, and I feel like they can exceed the expectations to it. But I got to go with Buford. The Buford game is really, really going to tell how can this defense, with Lee Hanna being the defensive coordinator, which Buford really will tell this Douglas County team. And I think North Gwinnett game will. But the most outstanding game to me is Buford. When it comes to it, Buford, with the style of, offense that they pretty much have, they're going to be physical. Like, for you to win state, you have to have a physical defense. You got to, be stout up front. Everyone knows about Douglas County offense. But if you can't stop anybody, defensively, it's going to be a long year. But I feel like the Buford game is like everybody wants to see this matchup. That's what this really shows what Georgia football is really about. Like Douglas County, the Stars, versus, Ty Boogie, Raiola, all these types of players, going against each other. That's what football is really about, and this is the most exciting game coming up.
Sure. Just to get you in here, Drew, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You just heard Buford is the biggest threat to DC, and just what's your thoughts on that, brother?
If DC can stop the run, they're gonna win. It's that simple. It ain't like Buford gonna throw the ball. Can't throw the ball. Who gonna throw the ball?
Nah,
That's simple. And then you stack the box, you gonna win. When Buford played Douglas County last year at Douglas County, I was at the game, and I think they threw the ball like 15 times. That's not an exaggeration. So if you stack the box, that's it. They had 4 running backs last year. 2 of them went to college. Justin Baker went to Tennessee.
Yep.
I think Ethan Irvin went to Florida Atlantic. So now they got Ty Boogie. They're going to depend on him a lot. They're going to take him off the field more on the defensive side of the ball because they're going to use him a lot more. And then they're going to try to run it with Dylan McCoy. So we're going to see what he's talking about. But as long as Douglas County can start the run, I think they're going to win. That's simple. It ain't like you're going to stop number 4.
Yeah, Ty's the one you want to circle. Dylan, I don't think Dylan can run away from this secondary in particular. But I think you're right. Stop the run. That should be it. You're going to have to show me 3 corners that can run with these guys on DC's offense. You have to show me.
But
no disrespect to those guys.
The thing is, but the thing is, like, we all look at, the power teams, but the thing the common goal in 6A, everybody, is to win state. But speaking in the Douglas County standpoint, which, yeah, I marked them 10-0, but it's some expectations that I feel like they have to exceed. Like the defense gave up 20 points per game at least. That's not great for a team that has Jordan, Solomon. Like at a certain point for this type of group of talent that they have, you should be shutting people out. Like there's no excuse of giving up a lot of points. Especially with the high 5 stars, Jamar, KJ, all these guys on defense, where when you look at it on paper, they have to, no one should be giving up points. Not at all. So it's a challenge for the coaching staff as well. I feel like you got all these guys, you put them in the right position for offenses not to score on Douglas County, because if teams do not score on Douglas County or probably 7 points, but just 20 points is demoralizing for a defense to pretty much give up. But overall, if Douglas County can stay healthy, which in the playoffs, stay healthy, manage stops, this team can potentially win state.
Hey, my bad. Interject. Hey, Steen, you got a comment. Said DC got to put on for the West. Tired of seeing Carrollton running into Gwinnett County.
I agree. And our defense does have to play. I would say we have to play better in the big games. I don't know if we gave up 20 points a game, but we gave up over 20 points only 4 times in 14 games. So maybe the average, which I don't know. I'll have to check the average, but only giving up over 20 points in 4 games is pretty good. The other team has coaches and schemes too. And it's football. So I would love to give up under 20 points, but I think overall going into week 14, I think we were only average giving up 11 points a game. 20 points is a lot. I don't know if we gave up 20 points a game, but
nah, y'all didn't. It was only 3 games y'all gave up over 20 points. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I think the 4th game was Westlake. They got 22 points. But that was we put up 40, I think, that game. So 35-40, I think. But that's splitting hair. We got to play better. We definitely have to play better defense.
Point margin can be, 2-1 or 2-3. But just I feel like, and I understand it's football, but you recruit to stop people. That's the whole goal. Like,
first of all, we don't recruit. First of all, we don't
get players. Sorry. You try to load up talent. You try to load up talent to stop people.
First of all, we can only take kids that live in our region. So that's that. But you coach. We coach to stop the other team. So yeah, but it's high school football, man. It's I don't know. Probably one of the best defenses we played against. Who do you consider the best defense that played last year? That was in 6A.
Say that again.
Who was the best defense that you saw playing 6A last year?
I got to go with the state champions, Grayson. I feel like they got a loaded scout type of defensive line is pretty good.
Well, they gave up 28. They gave up 28 points to us. So,
but the thing is, I feel like Grayson has proven it. It would have been different. It would have been different. I understand. Everybody likes a winner. It's football. It's America. You have to win. It would have been a different narrative. But like, hey, Douglas County win state. I can care how many points they gave up. But when you're trying when you're trying to get to the promised land, which you're trying to do for 2 years about now, we're gonna point out the little emphasis to improve the team.
Our goal is to score more points than the other team. I guess that's the end result of everything. If you score more points than the other team, you win. Score can be. Look at the Milton Langston game, right? It doesn't matter how many points that Langston team gave up. They put up so many points. It didn't matter.
Hey, man, and you're right. It's about matchups as well. But I just see like when you got like multiple stars on defense,
man,
it just has to click.
I'm gonna plug my guy Julian. Julian trains and coaches a lot of young boys without stars. And I was just telling somebody the other day, he trains some dogs. Them stars are, them stars ain't always everything. Man.
Sometimes you gotta have the right genetics to get them stars.
Yeah, this is high school football. There's some guys out there without stars, straight dogs.
Sometimes the relatives gotta have stars when you get stars. We ain't gonna go there. You talking about scoring more points than the other team. Hey, man.
That's it.
A team can't really keep up with you scoring. You feel me? It ain't running the ball 30% of the time. You see that number right there? Can y'all see that? Yeah, there's 15 total passing attempts, but they scored, 31 points?
Yeah.
So y'all stack the box. It say one passing touchdown. Y'all stack the box.
And that was at the end of the game. Yeah. Yeah, we got to do better. That run, and that's the key, stopping the run. This for me, this is high school football, so you got to stop the run. If you can't stop the run, you're not going to win. I tell people all the time, one of my favorite quarterbacks that I've seen is Juju, and I'm amazed that he left high school without a state championship. But he was probably one of the best high school quarterbacks that I've seen, and it's and I heard a stat once that I don't know in the Buford game after being injured, but I don't think he played a game where he didn't score under 35 points. So that kid did everything that you can ask for. If he's putting up 35 points every single game and then to not win a state championship is astonishing to me. So man, it's high school football. You got to be able to stop the run. That's it. You just got to stop the run. Yeah.
I already said they're the favorite, man. If put it on me. Don't put it on Coach P. Put it on me. Put it on Julian. Put it on Najeh. These boys ready, man. Listen, the schedule is what it is. 10-0, man. Mark it down.
Hey, man, I'm with you. Hey, man, DC hat for everybody, man.
Julian, like he got something to say.
I don't got nothing to say. I don't know who the starting quarterback is for Carrollton, so they might go 10-0.
I saw
Buford. I think Buford and Carrollton are only two games that I can see them like potentially losing. But the game plan is so simple with Buford. Throw the ball to Aaron. Nobody's gonna stop that. He had 4 catches for 91 yards. I wasn't even all the way in the stadium, and I'm hearing his name yelled out over the intercom when they played Buford. So nobody can stop him. And then really just load the box up and force them to beat you through the air. You got a good secondary. Nick Burden, he's 6'1". He can cover the receivers, but that's on Buford. You got Zadrian, Jamar, that Aaron need to come in the game. Throw him in the game because he's one of the better DBs on the team. He probably gonna be the best safety. Him or Jamar gonna be the best safety on the field that game. So y'all can match up in the pass game and blitz. And I ain't seen nothing from Buford that says no, we about to air it out. So, I mean, I think y'all can win that. And then with Carrollton, I mean, they don't got Julian Lewis no more. And we don't even know who they starting quarterback is. We don't know if it's Cypher or Mason Hawksclaw. So I think y'all should be able to handle them. They lost, I don't know how many players on defense. I think they lost their whole secondary except for one guy, Dorian Barney. So I think y'all might. I mean, you have a very strong chance of going 10-0. I think y'all will beat North Gwinnett. They're a good team. They're coached up real well, but the talent gap is too big. So y'all should go 10-0.
Speaking of, y'all, let's do some predictions, man, for week 1. Big QB markets, man. We can just talk about some of the games, which ones y'all like.
Wow, I didn't. I posted predictions tomorrow, but it's okay.
Let's do a couple.
Start from the top. Start from the top. South Paulding versus Kell. South Paulding 2-0 between spring and fall game, which they have been very slept on. And Kell, they didn't look so well versus New Manchester, but I just can't see Bobby May losing in this type of Corky Kell, which he has a great record in the Corky Kell Classic. So I got to go Kell 35-14 in this game.
All right, 35-14. Bacon, you want to talk about the same game, or do you want to pick another one from this list?
I mean, I'm gonna go Kell versus South Paul. I just think they got too much, but let's go. Let's go Columbia Cartersville, man. You know what I'm saying? Coach, not like similar to what Douglas does, man. They're gonna schedule who they want to. You know what I mean? They're gonna run two-way. But it's hard to pick against Cartersville in this one. I just think they're gonna be bigger in the trenches. They got Elijah Peaks. They got so much down there. So like I said, I'm gonna roll with Cartersville. I'm gonna go 10-point spread. I think it's gonna be back and forth one, but when it comes down to the fourth, can they withstand? Just the physicality, that Cartersville is going to present. And they at Cartersville.
There you have it.
Cartersville go put belt to Columbia.
20?
Yeah, that's gonna be unpleasing when it comes to
Cartersville is like that this year, man.
They like that for sure. But you can't deny their skill players at Columbia. They can run the ball. That's why I say it's gonna come down to the trenches. But they got skill players inside, outside. Send them play against. Newton to play against some Keaton, Stockbridge. There's some talented teams that got some size, right? So I think we're discrediting. The Eagles is
Friend of the show, Maddox playing for Cartersville now. Shout out to Maddox. Cole Crawford linebacker. Shout out to him.
Elijah Peaks.
Yeah.
All right. Steen, I know you're a coach, so I mean, if there's any you want to do or if you don't want to do, we understand, brother. Just let us know.
Bill and that Buford, I got Buford winning that game. What else
you got Buford winning that game?
Yeah, we about to talk about that one.
I'm not saying it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a dogfight. In terms of coaching staffs, you probably got what, two of the best in not only the state of Georgia but the country.
For sure.
Apple.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Buford too.
Okay, so Buford, Bacon. I think you said belt for Buford. They're gonna belt them.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm riding with Milton. This one, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Don't switch up. You said Buford.
No. I've been saying Milton the whole time. I've been very strong.
I gotta pull up a clip on you, dog.
Run the clip.
You said Buford, bro.
I got 20.
You said Buford puts belts.
I got 20.
See, we played Milton in the paddock camp.
20.
What you thought?
They I think they lost a lot.
Yeah.
I think they lost a lot. But after watching the scrimmage the other day, it gave me reserved feelings that Milton could scheme a win against Buford, but I don't know if they would have enough. Like I said, at the end of the day, I don't know if they will have enough. Buford is just fun. Fundamental.
They're not opening that thing with an L. That's a dub.
Okay, what you got, QB?
I just, I gotta, be safe. The team that I feel like this Milton team is kind of reconstructed when it comes to, getting a roster. Then, Derek Baker, of course, it's a big time game. ESPN is going to be featuring this game. I got to go safe. I got to go Buford in this type of. I feel like Buford is the most physical team coming into this matchup. Buford's old school team. You know, they're gonna pound the ball. They're gonna run play action. They're a pro style stop. They're a pro style type of offense. You know, so I don't. Milts is gonna get hit in the mouth. I feel like it'll get tight. It get tight in the first half. After halftime, Coach App, he's gonna install some things, and Buford's gonna take off.
Does Buford have the most pressure on them of any 6A school in the state?
Of course.
No, it's DC.
No, of course.
It's not
Buford.
Buford.
They won 3 state championships back to back in a row. Then
Those
they
are
went to the
those are
third
different
round. Then they went to
classifications.
they went to the semifinals, and then they talking about firing the head coach. They like
hello second half.
It's like if you don't go,
right?
If you don't
They
go
haven't
to
won the
state,
state
they talk
championship in
about
3
firing
years.
you.
So fire Coach App. That's tough.
Yeah, I think Buford too. I think just the tradition of Buford, and then coupling in the dang on stadium, man, is just like we talked about earlier. The adults put so much pressure on these kids.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be expected to win for reasons that don't even matter, like a new stadium. Like that stadium don't got nothing to do with them winning, but it's an unwanted pressure that's on them, along with the tradition of winning and stuff like that. So I definitely think Buford has the most pressure in 6A.
Not as easy a schedule as y'all might think on first look, man. They do play a good Roswell team. They got Langston. They play Langston in the scrimmage. They got y'all. They got Benedictine, who's no slouch at all. If you know anything about them.
A tough game last year. Yeah.
Yep. At Collins Hill, Mill Creek is always a fight. I mean, I don't know. Is it championship or bust for Buford? I think so.
They'll put themselves in a depending on like you named the schedule, they'll put themselves in a great predicament. I felt like to prepare the team, and you just never know how 6A is going to shake up when it comes to the playoffs. It's just always unannounced, But I really do think they do have a lot of pressure. Like I think they really have to win this year. They really, really do.
All right, everybody got Buford except me. All right. I know what upset. I'm staying on business. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's
I like West Forsyth against Doug, too. Sorry. I like West Forsyth.
Columbia gets murked by Cartersville. He agrees with you, SB.
Yeah, I got Cartersville by 35. And the only reason it's 35 because Coach King is not going to put up 7 points.
All right, there it is. Go ahead, QB. Let you start this one.
You can skip. I'm joking. Overall, I like Hebron versus North Atlanta again. A lot of people don't give this coach a lot of credit. Jamie All is a great coach.
Yes,
I don't think a lot of people realize that, man. For him to like North Atlanta, the type of players that they really get, they get disciplined players that actually have talent and actually can maneuver. Hebron Christian has a quarterback now, a real quarterback, coming from Grayson. Last name Fox. I got to get his first name, but they scored probably over 50 points in their fall scrimmage. I think he's a good addition to extend Hebron's. Their running back is a dog. He's a real dog. But
shout out Devon.
Yep,
this game is going to be real interesting. I gotta go North Atlanta. Just of the depth wise. I know Hebron, former state champion, within it. I love North Atlanta right now when it comes to they're a physical team. Jamie All is going to have a physical team out here, and they always perform very, very well in the Corky Kale Classic. I got to go North Atlanta 28 to 14.
Who is the starting quarterback at North Atlanta?
So North Atlanta got a quarterback from last name Goodman. It's like he can run, he can throw. I feel like he's a good guy to get
Brooks' little brother that plays at BT.
He can get the job.
I like Atlanta too.
You talking about Brooks Good?
His little brother. His little brother.
But the older brother's going to Cincinnati.
Yeah, but he's at BT though.
Oh snap! So this is a way to get his brother playing time at the same time. Okay, I see that. I'm going with North Atlanta over Hebron.
Yeah, Hebron lost too much. Some of those guys, you got a safety at NC State, another one at Georgia Tech. Got a lineman at Duke, I believe. They lost too much, man. Shout out to Fox. I know young Fox personally, but
Yeah.
North Atlanta on this one for sure.
Bacon?
No other games y'all want to pick on this?
Got Morrow over Forest Park by 40.
Shout out to everybody in the cab, man. Especially them Thursday games. Y'all need pictures, videos, man. Hit me up, man. Shout out to the cab team. On
Who you got,
Thursday,
baby?
I'm busy on
On
Friday.
the record, I'm gonna go North Atlanta. Just overall depth, you know what I mean? I like Coach Dallas at Hebron, you know what I'm saying? First year there, we're gonna see what he get done, but bullish on Hebron Christian, you know what I'm saying? Probably year 2 and on out. I like Coach Dallas for sure.
All right. A little bit there. All right. Next slate. Whoever want to go. I've been going Marcus last 2, so whoever want to start it.
All right. So it's a lot of balance. Don't sleep on Archer. I like Jordan Doe. Jordan Doe he's fun to watch. He's fun to watch. It's just like you know what you're gonna get from him. You know, like
I got North Cobb by 40.
let me lead into it. North Cobb has lost a lot on defensively. Offense is phenomenal. Don't Teddy Gerard, Mackay, they're gonna get the job done. But this game, this scoreboard is gonna be lighting on this game. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of points going in this game. It's gonna be some heavy hitters, 2 good, outstanding quarterbacks. Like, this is something that I will literally love to watch. Teddy versus Jordan. Both quarterbacks are high stature. Both can throw the ball, can extend plays. This should be a high scoring game. But I got to go with North Cobb in this one. I want to boost up the score. I want to say probably 21-38 maybe. Archer defense is like, if you look at how they give up a lot of points within that Newton and Grayson region, they give up a lot of points, but they offense match half of the points they gave up defensively. But I got to go with North Cobb in this one, 38-21.
I got North Cobb 56-21.
I can see that too.
I don't know if I think Marcus is spot on with Jordan Doe. I think Jordan Doe is one of the more underrated players in the state, regardless of class. If Jordan Doe was 6 feet tall, he'd have everybody knocking on his door. You guys used to watch college football a couple years ago, especially when like Oregon really got their footing going. He reminds me of Jeremiah Mazzoli. He's kind of built like him. He's kind of built solid, stumpy, low to the ground, can throw, can run. It's a gamer. They put up points. Shout out to Coach Dante Williams over there in Archer, but North Cobb has the chosen one, man. They got Teddy, right? So everything should be good. They should get past the second round this year, right, Marcus? I'm gonna go on mute.
The thing is, my expectation for Teddy, him playing 2A ball. I checked him out at a padding camp. He looked very polished. I mean, the kid, Notre Dame, of course, he looks very, very polished, man. I think it'll be a cakewalk for him this season.
I agree. This our guy Steve, man. You know what I'm saying, from Bama.
Steve.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
What's
We're
going
gonna
on?
talk Alabama football here in a little bit, man. We're just gonna get through Georgia and then
You
we'll
good?
we just
Yo,
going through week
done.
1. Yes, sir. All right. So obviously, like North Carolina. Okay,
Carver was another one, bro. That's gonna be
Say it again.
what you saying, Steve?
So I was the Cab Carver.
Yeah. Hey, Ju, what you think about that Carver at Southwest DeKalb game? Let's talk about that one. You real close.
Serious favorites is gonna win in every game. I don't know what Carver is. We'll start off by saying that Carver don't have a quarterback this year. I don't, but I've seen Southwest DeKalb. Even though it was a scrimmage game, it's not supposed to be close when you play Columbia. So it is really up in the air. It can go either way. On paper, Southwest DeKalb is supposed to win. You got Aaron. What's the boy name? Ernest. This going to Georgia. You got Essex on defense and offense. You got Jordan Christie. He might be playing a little defense. You got Josh Young in the backfield. The quarterback is he's pretty good. Carter for Southwest DeKalb. I don't see how Carver beats them. Like, I can see the score being like 21-7 or 14-7. Carver's defense is going to do well. Southwest DeKalb is going to score. They match up better. You can't put red on every player on the team. They will throw the ball. I can see them winning 21-7.
So let me chime in on this one. Southwest DeKalb is, how can I say this? You know, the type of coach that they pretty much have, which Coach Bell, he still has to prove a lot. I just want to say off of last year, you know, you got Sam Turner and Jordan Christie. Josh, you got all these playmakers, which they actually had more playmakers last year than actually this year, and you can't pass the second round. So I look at the Columbia game, and I was at the Hebron game. It's just Southwest DeKalb can't never blow anybody out. They can't blow no one out with the type of talent that they have. So it bothers me a little bit, you know, when it comes to it. It just they just can't never get it done. And Carver, Coach Miles, he's taking over play calling. He's going to find a way to get Terriers the ball, even though they don't have a quarterback. They're going to find a way to score some points to put against Southwest DeKalb. And the thing is, me personally, I think this is going to be a low scoring game. Carver has never had a terrible defense. I don't think they have in the past couple years, they never have a terrible defense. They're going to play hard defensively. So match a defense that is going to play scout versus offense that's just single-handedly catered to one person, which is Jordan Christie with a subpar play caller. I gotta go with Carver. 14-7. I think it's going to be a low scoring game.
You like that? You love that?
My bad, Joe. I just got to go Carver, man.
It's funny that what he was saying, but the only thing I mean, that's not the only thing, but one of the main things I disagree with is nobody's gonna find a way to get Terriers favors the ball. Even when they did have a quarterback, he only had 41 touches in 12 games. On average, he touched the ball less than 4 times a game. They gonna have him, and it's like if he gets the ball, he gets the ball. If he don't, he don't. They gonna just try to win running the ball. And if Southwest DeKalb stacks the box and they can stop the run, I don't know what Carver's gonna do. But I don't see Southwest DeKalb putting up a lot of points on Carver because the defense, like you said, has always been good. Even when they played Buford 2 years ago, we were in 2A. At Carver, Buford's offense only scored twice with the #1 quarterback in the country. And you had Justin Baker. You had the whole backfield. You had all of it. But you can only put up 2 touchdowns on this little 2A team.
Yep.
So South
Carver was up at halftime.
You said what?
Carver was up at halftime.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I remember that game.
Southwest DeKalb is not going to come out here and put up a whole bunch of points. I can see them maybe even scoring on defense. I think it's going to either be 14-7 or 21-7.
It would be low scoring, but if I would have sat here and said, you know, just previous in the archive, like, oh, Southwest DeKalb is really blowing people out. You know, they have the same quarterback, they got the same receiver. You know, it's just the roster is not conducive from last year. You gotta realize Southwest DeKalb lost to Carver last year. When it came into it, so I kind of look at it as, you know, 50-50. You know, no quarterback for Carver, but they got an athlete that can turn a game around. Looking at Southwest DeKalb defense, can't tackle. They give up a lot. Offense got to scrap to score. So this is going to be whoever marched to the red zone the most probably wins.
There it is. I don't think y'all see any more games, so we'll keep rolling. All right, what stands out of this list? I guess I'll start this one. I'll go Creekside Rome. I'm going with Creekside. I think they are a state championship contender in 4A. Rome is a really hot team in 5A, in my humble opinion. Got all the pieces they need to be successful. Aiden McPherson comes back another year. You got Jeremy Winston, Darnell Collins. They can run the rock, and they're always very stout defensively. I think Creek going to show everybody they ain't playing around this year, and I got them going on the road and winning.
I think Creekside they're going to be more physical. I like Rome. They look pretty good. And who they play in the scrimmage? Douglas County. They look capable. But I just think, guys down there at Creekside, man, they got maybe the best defensive coordinator in the state, man. They're gonna come with a different type of intensity, well balanced team. Caden Benson at the helm, man. Got the receivers on the outside, DBs can make plays. You know what I'm saying? You watch Juice feed, you know what I'm saying? You see a lot of Creekside action on TikTok. So this is Creekside probably by what, 17? Something like that. But Rome have a respectable game. Got some good guys on the outside. You know what I'm saying? They got a big guy in the middle who's going to take up some space. Then they got some guys on the back end who can play too. They just may not have enough skill collectively to compete with a team down here on the south side.
I just wish it wasn't all the way in Rome, man. I'm not trying to go out there and drive the Mercedes-Benz the next day. Can't do it. So I'm going to rely on what you guys said. Creekside for sure. Obviously, the big game on here is the elephant in the room is at the bottom of the list. But I'm going to let y'all rock out with that. What y'all think?
Match Preps game of the week.
Oh, wow.
What did Najee say? He said Rome can run the ball. But we talking about Rome versus Creekside. We're not talking about Rome versus everybody else. So Rome not going to be able to run the ball.
I said they could pass. They can. They got two dynamic receivers.
100%.
What?
100%.
Oh, my God.
Who gonna what?
How tall?
Don't start that, Jude. Don't start that, bro. I just told you the two receivers that can catch the ball.
How tall is the quarterback?
I don't 5'8", 5'7"? I don't know.
He not tall enough to ride his ride. Creekside about 40.
40 people. I can't believe
This man here. It would be I love the matchup when it comes to it. Rome, you know, they're gonna play tough, of course, when it comes to it. But it's just Creekside, man. When it comes to it, the offense is just pure dynamic. I don't know if y'all realize they have a power back. Gary Walker made his debut. You know, just coming off injury, and he looked pretty darn good running the ball. So they got some. They can run power game, and they got you know, would kind of differ. You know, be different from Gary. Then you know you got EP, Bam, you know, and Money. So they got some receivers that can pick you apart, and the yards at the catch. I don't think y'all looked at the North Paulding game. Like Caden Benson threw a swing pass and just scored a touchdown. You know, through a post route. Touchdown, you know, so the yards after catch is incredible when it comes to, you know, Creekside. Plus, it's just like the offensive line is really good. Like the offensive line is young and they're really good. So how can you scheme for this? I know Rome schemed for Douglas County, of course, but I feel like Creekside is just too much to worry about. You know, then the defense, you know, agree, Bacon. Coach Ranch McCurry is the best. I feel like he's the best defense coordinator in the state. And this guy, he's just relentless, and he's gonna prepare his guys he's gonna prepare his guys for the most part, you know, against Rome. You know, he's not gonna give them easy stuff. You know, he's probably gonna press Collins. However they gotta, you know, whatever Creekside gotta do to disrupt you, that's what they're gonna do. I got Creekside 35. I got Creekside 35, 20, 21, or 17-ish.
I got Creekside 28-14. That Rome gonna have to outman Creekside. Like when you play, first of all, Trent gonna match up. If you sit back in zone, they're gonna pick you apart. They're gonna throw screens. They got 3 different receivers they can throw screens to. Bam, EP, and Said they all the same height. They all 5'5", 120 pounds. And then Gary Walker going to just run the ball down your throat. And if the run game ain't working, Caden is going to run the ball down your throat because when the quarterback running the ball, then you got an extra blocker in the box. So now you outnumbered unless you stack the box. And if you stack the box, they're going to throw the ball over your head with either EP or Armani. So you can't stop them on offense. And on defense, you're not about to sit here and throw the ball. That's the best chance you got at beating Creekside. You have to throw the ball. But your guys going to have to beat their guys one-on-one because they about to play man on the back end. Sometimes they even go cover 0. Sometimes they even blitz 7. And then the pass rushers, they really don't even have to blitz. The pass rushers are Marion, Durell, Cassius Birch. Nobody can block the boys.
Barely.
Yeah, nobody can block them, and you're not going to run the ball on them. You got a 3-year starter at running back, Major. He was balling out in the state championship against Coffee County when they had big 5'9", 250-pound Fred Brown running the ball. Last time I checked wrong roster, they don't have Fred Brown running the ball. So this is gonna be a cleanup game for Major. They're trying to run it straight at them. I see them winning 28-14. They might come out and score early with Darnell Collins. They might just throw a bomb and he go up on one of they lesser corners and score, and they might like get some other fluke touchdown off of field position, like only having like 30 yards to march, because we all know Creekside like to go for it on fourth down, even if they on their own side of the ball. So I think it's 28-14, but they're not gonna have a shot at winning.
There it is. All right, go real quick. SB was talking about the Grayson College game before we go to the next page.
I think this one will be closer than people think, for sure. I don't think Grayson's as strong in the trenches on both sides this year as they were last year. I kept asking, I'm around the program all the time. I live up the street. I kept asking, hey, man, did you guys add any other pieces to the line? Any other pieces to the line? I even asked Travis last week. Like, nah, not really. Okay. Well, that could pose an issue. They're able to impose their will running the ball. They had a three-headed monster last year running the ball. Tackle that's at Texas right now. It was 6'9", 6'8", 6'9". Got a quarterback that can run. I think Travis is going to have to run a little bit more than he wants to this year. The receivers are going to be solid. Obviously, we know what they have defensively. I need to see that secondary mature a little bit. I know there's some guys with some names, guys with some offers. I need to see particularly some of those guys, those 2027 guys, London Goggins, Riley Drew. I got to see it. It's the game. You got to show it to me, because Collins Hill is going to try to air the ball out. But a lot of personal things between these two teams. You're talking about elite athletes that played together in youth ball with Deuce and Tyler and Cottrell and Anthony. They all played on that Duluth team when they were kids. Jonathan Stafford, him as well. You got a lot of these kids that grew up together. You got a high-profile kid that ends up transferring, running back Grayson, Joe Bradford's now in Collins Hill. A lot of different little storylines to watch in this one. This is the game I'm going to be at. I got to pull up and see what's going on. So you're going to see the hat. You're going to know the vibes are going to be up. I just want to see a bloodbath. But in terms of a prediction, I think Collins Hill might clip Grayson again. Sorry.
I like Mekhi Cross, man. He's fun to watch. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but he can air it out. He can air it out. He's very fun to watch, man. For Collins Hills, man, really good quarterback to watch this season.
I think I got Collins Hill winning this one, bro.
Man, I got Grayson winning this game. This game not gonna be close. It's not last year. Mekhi, your favorite player. I'm sorry, you're not about to come out here and throw the ball. First of all, you come out and throw the ball on nobody last year. It's not act. All right, you threw half as many interceptions as touchdowns. You're not throwing the ball on Grayson. You got whoever number 7 is for Grayson. Then you got Tyler Atkinson. Then you got the secondary with R.J. Isaac Jr., a dog, London, field general, always in the right spot at the right time. Riley Drew. Stop it. Grayson's going to match up. They're going to put their best guy on their best guy. Collins Hill lost their best receiver. I don't know where he went, but he ain't there. They're going to match up.
They got Kevin Hughes.
It's over with. Who?
They got Kevin Hughes.
Rambo.
2028, putting you on game.
You talking about he was a freshman 2 months ago?
He just transferred from Buford to Collins Hill.
Gotcha. But he was a freshman 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Let's see where he's going with this.
Yeah. Grayson is that's even more of a reason. Thank you for mentioning that. Grayson's definitely gonna win. Got Riley Drew, R.J. Isaac Jr., London Goggins, Tyler Atkinson, whoever number 7 is.
Y'all don't talk about Eric Johnson Jr. a lot, man.
Eric Johnson,
that's 14. You talking
that's
about
what is he? 12? What number is he? I don't remember what number he is.
Well, yeah.
I think Collins has got more receivers than you think.
Grayson starting running back did not play at all last year.
I mean, that don't mean nothing. There's a lot of players.
They had a 3-headed monster last year, though. They had a 3-headed monster, and the best guy did not play. So now they got the best running back. Huh?
Who's their starter this year?
The guy that's gonna rush for 3 touchdowns against Collins Hill. You're gonna see it on Friday.
On record.
I'm not even gonna say no names. You just gonna be like, that's him. And I know he looking at this too. I want you to go. If you see any one of these boys at the game, hey, I want you to go up to one of them and be like, "Yeah, I'm him." I see him watching.
I love it,
bro.
I love it.
All right, Bacon. Let's start on this page, man. We got another guest in the back. Let's go Westlake, Langston. Start with you,
y'all.
man.
Y'all. If I'm gonna start this off, y'all don't go to that game.
Why
Just
not?
for y'all own protection. Do not go to that game.
It has to be like that.
I know I
Everybody in
will.
the city gonna be out, is what he's saying.
Why we shouldn't go, Ju?
I mean, you can if you got a bulletproof vest and a helmet. I say go to the game.
That's crazy.
But if you're not going, if you don't got that, don't go to the game, man. Get
They be
your
shooting
car.
for you?
Park your
I went to the
car-
one
park your
last
car
year,
at the
man. I
gas
was not.
station.
You got
Park your
hectic
car
like
at the
that?
gas station. Take an Uber. You know that you
Say
know
it
they
again,
like
bro?
to bust the windows out.
Really?
They
How
trying
you
to
know all
limit.
this, man? How you know all this, Julian?
Man, look, man. I've been a victim. I've experienced it firsthand. I'm still going through my settlement right now with them folks. But they're trying to limit the amount of people that can come to this game. With the kids,
Yeah, they are.
If you're a high schooler, you have to be enrolled at either Westlake or Langston, and you have to show proof on your little infinite campus. Then everybody else who's middle school and below, they have to be accompanied by an adult.
If you were at this game last year, you know why they're doing that this year. It took an hour and 15 minutes for me to get inside the game. I had to park my car behind the gas station and walk just to get into the game. Then it stopped. It rained. It was a weird game, but there's gonna be a lot of people outside. Everybody be safe out there.
For sure. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Langston, man. I know that they didn't get what they wanted to get accomplished against Buford, man, but I just think they got a lot going at Langston. No, I know Westlake's good, but I'm gonna roll with Langston in the close one. Something like, we'll say 20, 28, 21, maybe 28, 17, something like that. It's gonna be a good game, man. But I think Langston, they just got a little more.
Yeah, they got a lot more, not a little more.
So the thing is, I feel like this game is not going to be close. When it comes to it, Westlake, you say they're good. I don't think they're good. They can be good. So? They lost a lot of guys, man. Just looking at when you just look at the roster, you just be like, who, when it comes to it, Cannon Robinson, he's a really good. He's going to be a real upcoming good quarterback. For him to be this young and not, trying to make the best out of a lot. Going against, Langston, their D line is a problem. Their D line is a problem. I don't think y'all. And looking at Westlake O-line, look at number 99. You will never see somebody like that at Westlake. You usually see somebody at Westlake 6'3", when it comes to that. But the thing is, it's a trench differential when it comes to it. Langston is very scout up front. It's gonna be a very, very long game for Westlake. And for them to play Douglas County and Carrollton, this game might just, it won't be good. It won't be good for Westlake. And Langston, playing Buford, they got a lot to prove, and they come in with a vengeance for this game, and it's a rivalry, of course, two South Fulton teams, schools not that very far from each other. Coach Hines, this is his first game really in a regular season as a head coach. Darnell Kelly's first, coming back to Langston, which Carson Baker and Fat Boy Wiggins, they're gonna get the job done. They're gonna be relentless. They're gonna run the ball. This receiver from Langston, number 14, I gotta find his name, and he made some plays versus Buford, versus Westlake secondary that's very young and really reconstructed when it comes to a lot of things. Man, this might be a blowout. Honestly, I gotta go with Langston 35-6.
I mean, so what about you got some guys on the back end? You got Royal Walker on the back end. Let's see who else. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got, I think some guys got some George list. I think it's like two or three other DBs in that back end that's solid. You know what I'm saying?
It just
hold on.
go ahead.
Sophomore at Wesley.
For with like man, Bacon over here, he a private investigator. He know about
Got
everybody.
Leo Dorsey Jr., class of 2027 DB. You know what I'm
Leo.
saying? Flash. These guys were all at the McEachern Patty camp. Yeah, I think they got some DBs on the back end, man. Like I say, I'm not saying they're gonna win. But I think they're formidable.
But are there like ballers? Like
I mean,
compared to
their DBs can be the best DBs in the world. Langston is not they don't have to.
Sure, they're bigger in the trenches. I agree with you.
I don't see no ballers on Westlake.
Carson Baker is gonna break 2 50-yard touchdowns. Quintavious Wiggins is gonna set the Georgia record for most broken tackles in one game. I think Langston gonna blow them out.
This won't be it just won't be a fun matchup, you know. But Batman is a great athlete, of course.
He can play.
You know, Deion Thomas. You know, but just like looking at this Westlake team, he just looks like, man, it's not it. It's not it. It's probably the worst.
Last year versus Hateville, and that's when they had Travis Smith, a complete dog at receiver, and to see them struggle with Hateville, it's just like, bro, this is bad. And I like Cannon Robinson at quarterback. And his completion percentage will be a lot higher in games, and his receivers just literally just catch the ball. He's good. And Batman, I think he's number 10, little light skinned guy. He can ball, but I think you just can't rely on 2 or 3 people to win the game. I think Langston's gonna win like 35. Yeah, 35-6. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna control the clock.
I said, what about the sophomore that's like 6'6"? You also got BJ Allen on the back end as well.
Roscoe Hayes and Brandon Allen.
He's
not
a game changer.
Julian, let me say something. Yeah, you saying all these guys that's just now upcoming, but what have they proven? They haven't proven the big time go balls. They haven't proven anything. Hype, but they just haven't really proved. Like, can you really solidify and say those guys are top 10 receivers in the state or top? They're not even top 30. Like they're not conducive. They gonna put their name out there, but they just not conducive to make high extensive plays versus Langston. I just don't see it. I really just don't see it. It's just picking the name out of the hat and just reading it and just saying their name.
I know who you're talking about because he's like 6'5", 6'6", and I seen him basically get handled by a 5'9", 5'10" corner from Stockbridge. He's also 27. And you being that tall in high school, man, it's just like you supposed to dominate, and that's just it's not happening. I don't think they have enough big play guys. They're not big enough up front to really mess with Langston to win. I think Langston just gonna run the ball, control the clock, and just score probably on like 6 of 9 drives.
100%. I'm saying I feel what y'all saying. I'm still on business, but due to time constraints, you know what I'm saying, I concede.
For sure. All right, y'all. So this is the last one we're gonna let everybody ride, man. We've been almost 3 hours. So week 1, Saturday games. Whoever wanted to take it, last part for bringing our boy Steve. So this slate, whoever wanted to hit it first. All these are great games on Saturday, by the way.
Let's go Holco Brookwood, man.
Brookwood over Houston, bro. Brookwood.
I like
Shout
that
out
too.
Gary Chapman Jr. Shout out Thanos, aka Braden Tyson. Shout out Julian Elzy. That 27 class is really gonna help put this team on the map this year. I got them winning the region. I got them beating North Gwinnett later on in the season. This quarterback's gonna bring a different element to the offense, bro. We got Lent at corner. Just got another transfer that came in. Lent at corner, Lent at safety. Physical linebackers, pretty decent D line, mixed with good size and length. They've been doing it. They've been rocking. This team kind of caught fire late in the season after Coach Jones had his medical situation, and they've kind of taken Coach Nybert, his personality, who was formerly at Colquitt. I like them beating Houston, bro. It's gonna be a big deal. And then I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I got Brookwood winning. Brookwood on top of this one.
I like it. I like it. I actually like this Brookwood team. And you got to mention my guy Will, man.
Shout out Will,
man. Yeah, he's gonna be sneaky, man. He's gonna be a real sneaky receiver. I like this Brookwood team, and a lot of people don't talk about their secondary. They have depth in the secondary standpoint. This team is well put together, and what they did versus Clark Central was just abysmal. Like they just manhandled that team, Clark Central. So, but Brookwood, I got Brookwood in this one. I feel like. And their offense, they can put up a lot of points. They can take off tremendously. I like Brookwood in this one as well.
Houston County defense is not good. They don't have Anthony Hill, so it's not like you just outscore everybody. I got Braden Tyson rushing for 275 yards and 4 touchdowns, and Brookwood gonna win.
Oh, wrong.
2 years ago, they played Walton in this game 2 years ago, and Gary, who's a starting quarterback, he's a freshman at the time. They had him being the ball boy. I remember giving him the hug before the game, telling him, "Hey man, 2 years is your show. Piece of the car gonna be yours in 2 years. Just hold it down." And this is opportunity to go dumb. So I got all my money on Brooklyn on this one, bro. Houston's gonna be taking a long drive for that L. So it is what it is. Business.
All wrong. Hoko gonna win, bro. Shock y'all once again. Tripping.
We'll go back to all this and put it together.
Yeah.
Anthony Hill gonna throw for how many yards in that game?
Y'all hop on the show next week. We'll recap everything that happened.
Yeah, we'll put a record.
Anthony Hill gonna throw for how many yards against Brookwood?
He's at Memphis.
Oh, exactly. He's not there.
Hey, bro.
That was sweet. Real quick before we transition, per Cray with Dre, man, he's standing no business. He thinks South Parton will upset Kel.
No,
you gotta say that. South Parton pay him.
Yeah, South Parton used to pay him. He's got to go with the new money. Shout out to Dre.
Hey, off of that comment alone, Dre, you just got a contract extension. Good job. That's how you play politics.
All right, bro. Look, last one. We're gonna let everybody ride. North Gwinnett, DC. Give me your thoughts real quick, and we're gonna wrap up.
If you want to score, throw the ball to 4. North Gwinnett is good, man.
They are.
God, they are really, they coached up good. They disciplined. They got some G5 players sprinkled in their defense. Like Douglas County, they can't do what they did last year against Cedar Grove. Coming out there with, it seemed like they didn't even have a game plan on offense. They just wanted to spam the ball to number 1 the whole time. But on paper, Douglas County should win. I'm gonna go with Douglas County. I think they probably gonna score 35 points. They can run the ball. Douglas County ran for like 3,500 yards last year. They got Kiki. He a dog at receiver and running back. They got Zamarcus Lindley. They got Aaron The Johnson. The offensive line is tough. I think everybody on their offense is a senior except like 2 linemen. Then their defense, that's gonna be the only question mark. But I think they should put up 35. I got them winning 35-21.
That's respectable.
I don't see North Gwinnett being able to throw the ball on that secondary. Personally,
that's a good point.
I don't know. Between Adrian and KJ and Jamar and Nick, I don't know about it. You know who North Gwinnett starting quarterback is, Julian?
Two QB system.
No.
What? Really?
Yeah.
So it's Elam and who else? Some other kid, right?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
What's your prediction there, SB?
It's still Douglas County. It's gonna be a bloodbath. It's still Douglas County. Yeah. Shout out to Godfrey, Coach Godfrey. He knows what he's doing, but his son better be ready to bring that hat because they're gonna try to run the ball over there.
Facts.
Yep.
It's gonna be a battle, of course. I feel like Douglas County would come out shaky in the beginning. The true testimony of this team is going to be Mike Johnson. How can he, fit with this offense? Even DJ DeBurrow didn't get it done. The thing is just like, man, you're talking about a quarterback haven't had these types of receivers before. You know, you're talking about a guy that had to extend runs and do this for everything for Dutchtown. So it will be very, very interesting to see how he looks in this offense from a North Gwinnett experienced defense. So that's just the pillar. But I got to go with Douglas County, man, in this one.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I think everybody's in agreement. It ain't even Douglas County's game to lose at this point. We know what they're gonna do, but it'll be interesting to see how good North Gwinnett is. You know what I'm saying, against a state championship contender like Douglas County. All right, nice.
Yeah, I go DC too, y'all. I think they should be able to win this one. North Gwinnett, you got a sound secondary. Jake Godfrey's the player to watch. Obviously, the coach's son. He can play. He's a 4-star for a reason. He's going to have a lot of tackles in this game, but I'm going to go with DC. I think this is their year. And I do think they got some pressure on them, but they should be able to handle business.
If they're ranked,
one more game. They're on City Grove. I'm joking.
I was about to say with DC, if they're not throwing the ball, they can't do what they expect to do through the air. They always run the ball. They really did run the ball for 30-some. They ran the ball for over 3,000 yards last year.
Can I throw a quick one in there? McEachin and Walton, how y'all feel about that?
I'm going with McEachin, bro.
Yeah.
I seen McEachin play in
always
person
well
against,
coached.
I seen McEachin play in person against Gainesville. They got a lot of talent, even though a lot of them kids they reclass, but a lot of them 9th grade and 10th grade, they can ball. It's just what's going to be like, what's the situation with the quarterback position? They got a top secondary, I believe. Casey Barner, Caden Battle, Nash Johnson, Hackney, Ingram. It's one of the top secondaries in the state of Georgia, regardless of classification. Definitely top 15. But
you got two quarterbacks battling it out. Is that what you said?
Nah, I just don't know if whoever they got at quarterback is going to show up and be able to like win the game for them. That's been a position that's been kind of. It will
be a very inconsistent offense. That's one thing I can say. Like,
I don't even know if Nayland Scott gonna play either.
Yeah, like, is he playing this season? Question mark. So, but Jerron Campbell,
why is he not playing? What?
Why is he not playing?
Hurt. And I don't know if the running back gonna play either. The starting running back.
When he get hurt.
Oh,
right.
They got hurt last week.
I mean, let's just see. I haven't been hearing anything on Nayland Scott appearances, but let's see.
I seen him in person. He went play against Gainesville. He had a cast on, and then the running back, he was on crutches, so I don't know if he gonna play this week.
Yeah. So the thing with McEachin, and we seen it last year. It's just Walton is sneaky. Peacock at quarterback. In Pearson, Walton's going to be prepared. They're going to be very, very prepared. They always well coached. They not going to sit there and get blowed out. That's one thing that's not going to happen. So was
the starter for Walton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Dre. See what he knows.
The second name you said, he can't move, so they said he ain't going nowhere.
I like the young boy.
Yeah, it's this game's going to be very interesting and very weird. But I gotta go Walton in this one. I gotta go Walton. I have to. It's just the inconsistency from McEachin. I have to go Walton. McEachin really have to prove a lot this season, just the truth being told.
Yeah, y'all tripping. McEachin.
Easy.
The hell?
McEachin got.
Hey, we
told me that two best players might not play.
Reed, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
It's recorded, so we always go back.
The Ward brothers, bro. Walton just lost the Ward brothers,
Yeah,
bro.
the Ward brothers, yeah.
Now, look, like you said, I agree, though, Marcus. You're right. Coach Bruner do his thing. They are
It's
always
just, I don't.
You're right, but I don't think so. Not week one. Too many question marks.
McEachin's defense is pretty. Like, when you look at the names, it's like, oh wow, it's great. But offense, none of these both team offenses is lackluster. I don't know, man. It's just the quarterback. Who has the better quarterback play, really?
Yeah, they lost a lot when the Ward brothers left.
IMG, right?
Quarterback too. I know you know him probably a little bit.
Malachi Speed.
Yeah, he gone. One of them got hurt.
He took his talents to Buford, man. He said,
All right, here we go. This per Dre. QBs will split reps, but I'm sure Peacock will get the start. So you know what I'm saying.
Peacock is not bad. Like, have y'all ever seen him decency? Like, he's not bad. He can take off. But we also talking about a McEachern defense. But it's just, I feel like Walton. I took a look at Walton. Their scheme and how they go about things. It's
I think McEachern gonna win this game. I got
Walton.
Quarterback. You got questions at quarterback versus McEachern, somebody who can blitz and play man.
And then Jude, they can get home with the front four.
Oh yeah, they got the big dude, the giant. Yeah.
They got Zakar and Durell Rivers.
Exactly.
Yeah, the boy that looked like he was made in the lab, big number 1, I think. The D tackle, he played D line. Mm-hmm. Man, come on, man. They can play man.
Who you got? I haven't heard.
Huh?
Okay, so
hurts, man.
Okay, I'm the only one that got Walton. All right, I got Walton. I just McEachern has to prove. They just have to prove. You know,
I don't have a score. But
I don't even have them winning the region.
I've been taking some too, or just by myself. So don't feel bad.
D-balls.
I don't have them winning the region. I have Hillgrove winning the region.
Glaze.
Yeah, you tripping. I ain't gonna lie.
They won it last year.
Cracking me up.
This year different from McEachern.
Yeah, like they don't.
Oh my God, man! So we just sitting here and saying McEachern has the best. I mean, they have the talented players, but
is Casey gonna play a little bit of offense this game? Of course.
I don't know.
He might.
Can they beat? They played North Cobb this year. Can they beat North Cobb?
No,
I'm high on North Cobb's my sleeper though. Like that's different. I think they can
sleeper. North Cobb is not no sleeper.
They gonna win the region.
North Cobb
in the top 5.
11 years in a row, not getting out of the second round.
A running back playing quarterback last year. Now they have a top quarterback in the country. That is not a sleeper team. You got a running back, a freshman who had over 1,000 yards.
Title? Who's picking them to win the state title this year? Tell me.
Oh, you talking about?
Are they a favorite this year?
They definitely.
No. Are they a favorite this year? Yes or no?
Huh?
Are they a favorite this year
to win state?
Yes. Yes or no?
Of course, they will never be.
Okay, then if you're not a favorite to win state, you are a sleeper.
They the best.
They
the best. Yeah, they the best 10-0 team. But once the playoffs hit, you know,
and that's what everybody's
going to
say.
be 12-1.
Everybody on North Cobb. North Cobb has never had a quarterback like Teddy ever.
Same coach.
Not Malachi.
Levels to it.
Ain't winning that.
It's levels. Teddy's different. He's the number 2 quarterback country for a reason. Teddy's different.
I like Teddy. He has a good stature.
That's all we got.
Hey, bro.
You don't go on the road. I'm gonna say this. You don't go on the road.
Look, that offense is gonna go crazy. Teddy, them 2 running backs, they might. I don't know if they're gonna go for 1,000 apiece, but the receivers that people don't know about because they didn't have no quarterback to throw them the ball last year. What's the boy name? Iagu.
Iagu.
Yeah.
Brazilian
Makai Billingsley.
Like that.
Yeah, Micah. Everybody know about Micah.
Micah.
He's a dog. Micah. And it's another one, a little tan-looking boy. I was just talking to him. I had sent him to a whole bunch of coaches. He kind of remind me of Iago a little bit. He like 6'3". His name Sebastian?
Sebastian. Yeah, Sebastian.
He's good too. Sebastian like 6'3". He ran like a 10-9 and 100.
Sorry. Like he's better than Travis Burgess. No disrespect.
Jake. Sorry, Jacob.
He might be the best quarterback in 6A. Sorry, Burgess.
Hey, Burgess can get up out of there. In a
what?
Oh, that's tough.
Mike.
Teddy can run like a crap.
They're 2 different quarterbacks.
Yeah. Teddy.
Hold on.
Burgess is a game manager.
He said
he don't have
might
to do as much.
He said he might be the best quarterback. That's so disrespectful. Don't do that boy like that. He is hands down the best quarterback. He's not even close. Stop it.
Oh, when did you get high on Teddy?
We're talking about throwing the ball, right? Just
sitting back.
I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about existing in the quarterback position.
I take Teddy over Jason.
No, Jay Johnson is not no number.
Okay. Nah.
Teddy look. We're gonna come back. Look, we're gonna have this talk next week. I got my boy Steve waiting. Look, I gotta bring him on, y'all. I love y'all boys.
Jason's a game manager. Travis is a game manager. If you put Teddy Gerard Look, if you put Teddy Gerard on Grayson,
Dude.
they're gonna score more points. Yes, we can all agree on that. Thank you. And you
can
put
say-
Teddy Gerard on
coming
Lounge,
back.
they're gonna score more points.
We're gonna come back to this statement.
Hey,
Remember
hey,
that.
with
Write
the two
that down for
quarterbacks,
next
who has
week,
thrown
dude.
the ball between the two of them? Who has thrown the ball 50
You got
times in one
sticky
game?
notes.
Somebody write
We're
this
gonna
down,
talk
please.
about it.
You on the game.
We're gonna talk about it
Somebody
next week.
please write it down. Stamp
You
it.
talking about Jason? What we got?
Travis Burgess, man.
I gotta let y'all ride, bro. I gotta let y'all ride, bro. I got my boy. Wait, I gotta let y'all ride.
What
Next
we
week,
All
got?
right,
hey,
y'all.
make sure y'all
Right
on time. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure y'all on time. Join at 6:45 next week at 7:00. We keeping notes. We got
What
all
we
of it.
writing down? Give me the quote again.
Hey,
I
and
mean-
next week, QB and Jew, I want y'all to stream on y'all Instagram because y'all can also
Facts.
stream on your own platforms too. I don't know if
Hey.
y'all do that. YouTube SB, and we gonna get the kids to see what
You
they
mean
say.
next week?
Yeah, next week. So I want y'all to get logged in early and stream on y'all stuff.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, boys. I'm gonna hit y'all, man.
All right,
Let's
Teddy
go,
Gerard
fellas.
for 3,000 this year. That's yeah.
Scoot me to the quote.
Hey,
whenever
your
we
car's
get to this,
revoked, Jew. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You was a hypocrite, bro. Hey, I'm gonna leave it there. You was a hypocrite, bro. I'm gonna let you go though.
But shit, no. Shout out to my boy Lyndon Worthy. I love you.
Hey, man, you get something else, brother.
Hey, I'm sorry, bro. They kept going,
good, you
bro.
good?
Bro. I'm sorry, dog. Yo, Georgia boys is different, man.
Hey, I was hearing it, man. I was hearing it. I was like, man, you know what? I might have to tune in myself. It's just
Nah, bro, I'm keeping receipts too, bro. I'm keeping receipts.
Yeah, what is it real quick, bro? Because I know we're gonna forget. What is it? What am I writing down?
You put so he said might be. He said Teddy the best. Write that down because you
Might
was
be the
never
best.
talking that highly of Teddy. I don't care what nobody say. Ever. You know what I'm saying? Triple. Write that
All right.
down. Write that down so we can go back to the best
All
quarterback.
right,
in the
man.
game.
We're gonna put the date on it too. Best.
And then
QB.
I think Steve said Burgess is better than Teddy. So let's put
He
that.
said
on
that?
there. Yeah, bro. We got to go back. If not, we would have kept going for 30 more minutes.
Facts.
Next week we gonna that's gonna be topic of discussion in the week one recap. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, appreciate your patience, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we sorry, dog. That we've been on air for 3 hours, bro.
Yeah, man.
hey, well, let's not make it 2-3 more, man. Let's not make it.
Not fact. But Steve, tell us what's the latest, man. What's been going on in Bama, bro?
Oh man, same old, same old. You know, jamborees this week. I think y'all started last week, huh?
No, we start Wednesday.
This Wednesday. Scrimmages, right?
Yeah, I had jamboree. I think McEachern played
last week.
Oh, he's talking about scrimmages. Yeah, we did. I thought you meant like actually playing.
Yeah. So we got jamborees this week, but then our first week is next week. So yeah, it's interesting, man. Got some big games coming up. Just excited, man. Excited to go ahead and see some football, man. Get some pass clicking.
Fact. What's on the docket as far as the scrimmages? Anywhere you want to go specifically, bro?
Nah, I think I'm going to a game Thursday, Pell City. Rush Probst used to be over there at Pell City. Nick Gentry's now the coach over there. He played at Alabama defensive lineman. I'm gonna go out there and support them. Pell City's playing Tuscaloosa County. I don't know no other. It's Jamboree week, so it ain't really nothing big this week, you know. But Thursday I'll be at the Moody Gainesville game next Thursday. And then I'm either Friday going to IMG versus Hoover, or I'm going to Clay Charvel versus Hueytown. I'm going to one of them two games. I don't know which one yet. I'll be at one of them two. Yeah, I got to see it. I got a little homie. He actually came from Georgia. Ismail Izzy. Shout out to Izzy. Izzy came from Grayson. He moved down. He's at IMG now. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if Hoover can hang with them, you know, at least for a little while, halftime, 3/4, just see what they can do with it.
Type. Okay. So obviously those are games you're gonna be at. So give us a little bit about Moody, man. Obviously last year they made it to the state championship, obviously lost, but had a really great year. Coach Gaines again. We know about your little brother, Barack Willis, top player in the nation. We know about Josiah. How are they going to replace Charlie Johnston? Who's the next in line for them? How would they look at the skill positions as well?
Yeah, we got Jake Lowry. Young kid, 2027 kid, live arm. He can actually run a little bit athletic. It's gonna be interesting. He came from Hewitt Trussville, a bigger program. It'll be interesting to see you know, how he did, because his first game against a Georgia team, you know, we're not acclimated just yet. I hate the fact that we play a Georgia team the very first game, you know. But it is what it is, man. And Gainer's got a recipe for it. But we got a great running back, Cameron Meadows. He's committed to Western Kentucky right now. I heard he's getting SEC looks, so there's no telling. Maybe he end up somewhere else. We got a wide receiver core that's dominant. One kid's for sure 4.3 speed, breezy. Josiah Dozier committed to USF. We Square White little brother, Aiden White. He moved in. He's at wide receiver at slot, and then Elijah Rutledge. So yeah, we got 4 damn good wide receivers. It'll be interesting to see how we distribute the ball. Defensively, I think we only lost like 4 starters. So Sidney, of course, went to Tennessee. Brody walked on at Alabama. Bailey probably went to Louisville. And we lost one more. I think it's DJ. He went to Alabama A&M. Yeah, so lost 4 boys. But besides that, I think we'll be pretty straight. I don't know how long we're gonna last in Gainesville. You know, y'all got Alabama boys over there too. So, you know, y'all got two big ones that committed to Alabama and from Alabama over there. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that play out. But yeah, man, the depth, I think that's gonna play a game that first game. But the schedule is set up for success in November. So I believe in Gainers. I believe in his method of insanity.
Respect. All right, how we looking at 4A, man? We know Jackson won it all last year. Are they gonna be same product? I mean, Xavier Crowell reclass. Got Duckworth committed to South Carolina. We know they got obviously great playmakers too. Is they the favorite to get in 4A?
Yes, for sure. It's a team up here named Anniston that's pretty good. That'll probably come out the north, but 4A is so loaded, man. Landon Duckworth, not only Landon Duckworth and EJ, everybody know those two, but they got Red. They got Red at wide receiver. He's committed to UNC. His brother Black is a DB. He's committed to UNC. Juice Gordon, who's a DB, he's UNC. They got a lineman. They got a linebacker that's committed to Alcorn. Like they got some dudes over there for a 4A team, man. You know, so I don't know. It's gonna be hard. Gunnar Rivers is in that same region. Phillip Rivers is his coach, of course. Maybe they can do something to kind of rattle it up, but bro, ain't nobody stopping Jackson 4A, bro. They first game is against Saraland, so that's actually gonna be a good game. Their first game
last year.
Saraland beat them last year. It was, yeah, but KJ Lacey and all them gone. You know, KJ gone to Texas. Coleman gone to Auburn. So it's a lot of them boys are gone. So really, I got Jackson booking them. You know, I really got Saraland this year. So we'll see how it go. But in my opinion, they book them. They swing a little belt on them.
All right, so that's 4A. Let's go back up. I think it's 6A, if not, there's 7A. But bounce back year for Hoover. What you think?
Yeah, Coach LeBeau, great DC. I love Coach English. I had a chance to talk to Coach English a little bit. Great dude. If I had to say, I could see Hoover making it a. You know, we have it now where it's no North versus South in 7A. They mixed it up and stuff. So I could see Hoover and Thompson possibly playing for a championship. Thompson just so loaded this year, man. It's ridiculous, man. Hey, man, Thompson ain't like they ready to go national. So I don't know if y'all been hearing rumors, but I've been hearing rumors about some national playoff championship stuff Max Prep's trying to pull off.
Man, they should have been, bruh. We've been talking about that for the longest, but they should have been did that. Like, what is we waiting on, bro? Showcase the talent.
I wouldn't be surprised if Thompson was to go national. I really wouldn't. They have the talent. They have the talent. They have the depth. They got the pieces, and they loaded this. They're gonna go to Grayson and try to pop them. I don't know if they do it, but they're gonna go
crazy.
They're gonna go.
I ain't gonna lie. Last year they nearly did it, and Grayson won a state championship here. This year they might call him though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was a great game. That was I've been hearing that the 2 linebacker boys over there hurt. I don't know how true that is, but that's been they saying both of the linebacker boys over there, Grayson, hurt. If that is true, give me Thompson by a little. I ain't gonna say by a lot, but give me Thompson by a little. You know.
I ain't heard that. I'm about to do my
Yeah.
due diligence and my research. I ain't heard that, but I'll look into that for sure.
Yeah, look into it, bro. I don't
Hey,
know.
you be having scoops too. I'm gonna look into it.
I'm just telling you what I heard, man. You know.
Sheesh. Hey, we got a little Georgia insider from Bama.
Hey, State Lions. Come on now.
That's just what I heard. I heard it was something crazy going on, and you know, I wish I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, but if that is the case, and we don't see them in that first game, well, that'll be their second game, right?
Yeah, they got Collins Hill.
Yeah, if we don't see him in that second game, I'm gonna lean towards Thompson. Right now, I'm leaning towards Grayson though. Shout out to Coswell, that DC. I rock with Buddy, man. He's a great guy.
Facts.
Well, let me throw this in there real quick. So if and when this goes national, like what is the like how much money is gonna be thrown around at these players, man? I think that has to be brought up. You know, what I'm saying real brief. I know we tight on time, but I think that needs to be brought up.
I have no clue how they would structure it, but I do know there has to be some type of money involved in something like that. Just imagine a Thompson, a Grayson, a Buford, IMG, a Chaminade, a St. Thomas, Bishop Gorman, Duncan, Mater Day, St. Francis. Get the best of the best from each region and let them duke it out. You know, because we've always had national champions crowned, but it was never like in a playoff format. It was just they crowned the best team. You know, so I think it would be dope to actually see the best teams in the nation complete in a 32 team type playoff format. I think that would be dope.
I agree. What you think, Nash?
I think it'd be dope too. I've been telling you for a long time I want to see that. I like Steve's idea. I think they should do it and break it up like that. Like last year, we went to see Milton go play one of the top teams. Like, what is we doing? We didn't do it. Oh, bro, this talking about all the talent they had. A few years ago, we got to see Travis go up against Bishop Gorman.
This is what I'm hearing. You know, hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. You know,
I want to see it. That's where I'm at with it, Steve. I want to see it.
You're trying to put a format together. I don't know if they're gonna have a 32. I would hope it would be a 32 teams that'll buy into it. But yeah, from what I'm hearing, that's how they're trying to structure it nationally. And I get that feeling from Thompson, like that's what they're trying to do. Go national. They're trying to skip past the AHSAA and play a national schedule. Now I don't know if that'll be for all sports, but for football, that would be a dope thing for them.
Yeah,
you have been talking about the things with the AHSA and kind of how you're not the biggest fan. So
I'm not. I see GHSA. You know, they do things over there different, but they do. You know, I seen they had the transfer thing they got going on now over there. So I see y'all got GHSA on y'all butt over there too a little bit.
Absolutely.
Try to press that issue a little bit over here, man. We do.
For sure. Hey, Steve, I want to ask you about Coosa Christian, man. Their head coach got suspended, but they said Rush Probst and another coach might be in the running for that spot. What do you just think about that or that development?
Yeah, so the coach got suspended. From what I heard, it wasn't no crazy stuff. We have a crazy rule where when you're out of season, you can't train a kid that's on your roster or some crazy, or they can't be off of your roster and move to your team or something like that. And they got caught like that. So the coach stepped down so the kids could have playoff aspirations. Which shout out to that coach for doing that, and the best of luck to Coosa. I heard Rush Probst is over there with the program. I heard he was at the advisor role. If he was to come back, that would be cool. Before he took the Pell City job, he actually took the AD and the head coaching job at Coosa Christian. So it would be dope. I mean, I've seen Rush Probst coach live, and it's like no other, man. That boy, hey, that man know how to coach. He's a winner, you know. Like I gotta give it up to him, man. I gotta give it. Yo, he came out the first drive in spread. The next drive came out in a triple option. And the next drive he went back to spread. He's a monster, man. He's a monster. Like he's a football he's a football mind for sure. I think it would be a privilege for Kusa to have him as their coach. Who's the other guy you hearing?
I seen it on the thing. It was like him, and I think it was on Bama Preps. Let me see if I can find out because they talked about it. Let's see right here. Yep. They said Rush Probst and Alaric Williams, who's their OC.
Okay. I can see that. I can see them giving him the interim head coaching job or something like that. But Rush, if Rush was to get that, man, that would be major. That would be major for that. To me, he's a Hall of Fame coach in 2 states. To me, he's earned his stripes in 2 states, won in both states. So I definitely think that would be a blessing for them because they have the talent. They have 3 stars over there. They have a Jalen Terry kid at running back. They got some players. I think they could definitely they could win the state championship in 2A for sure.
Got you. All right, Bacon, I'm gonna throw it to you before I ask him more about some of the classifications.
Oh yeah, man. I wanted to go back to Sarah. Honestly, I wanted to get your eval on. Is it last name is Roberts?
Jameson Roberts.
Jameson Roberts. Yeah, he's taking KJ Lacey. Great young kid, man. Comes from a great family. Mr. Roberts, shout out Mr. Roberts. Shout out to all of them. Great kid, man. He's a baseball player. He's a twin. He has a sister that hoops. That's dynamic. Also, she's big and she she with it on that court. But him, man, I think he's gonna do great, man. He's lucky to have Coach Kelly in his corner, who played at the highest of the highest levels. And he's a great coach. He has a great offensive scheme, so I think he'll know when the lights is bright, get it out of his hand, let him find the rhythm. But once he get into it, man, he has the height, he has the measurables. Now it's just showing it, and I think the young fella will rise to the occasion. He's in a tough region. St. Paul Episcopal, one of the top edges is over there in Tank Jones. You have Gulf Shores Theodore. They got them Devon Young over there. It's a lot of tough opponents that he'll have to grow up quick. But luckily, Lacey went down early last year. He went down for a couple games and he had to step up into that role a little bit. So hopefully that helped him mature and understand where he needs to be. He has a reliable target in Sunshine. We call him Sunshine, Deshaun Spencer. He's committed to Duke right now. I heard Auburn's on him heavy. Shout out to all the Auburn's. But yeah, he has a reliable target. So now it's just going to be a matter of what can he do. And can the game slow down for him? How quick can the game slow down for him? Because he's playing big boy ball down there.
Facts. Yeah, he was one of the better receivers, if not the best receiver at the Under Armour camp in Atlanta. That was gonna be my question. I think then say it again, brother. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You talking about Sunshine?
Yeah, I'm talking about Sunshine. Yeah.
Dog, man. He like that.
But in addition, I was going to ask you. I just had Parker. We got to talk about Parker. I feel like they got a quarterback issue that can get to the weapons as we saw at the Hoover camp. Just how far do you think this team will go?
Dylan Reese is a great kid. He's small in stature, but he has a good arm. They have Kentrell, who we know is a dynamic wide receiver. That defense was so stout last year. I think the offense gonna have to try to take something off of them. They got Chancellor Sparks at running back. Hey man, what's the word? Fear the herd. I respect Parker to the fullest, man. But man, Clay Chalker got something brewing this year, man. And that's another Birmingham team. That's what Jalen and Bakwe come from there. Squirrel White came from there. They've had a lot of talent come out of Clay Chalker, and I think this might be one of them years. Corey Barber, a top wide receiver, he's committed to Ole Miss. He's there. Aaron Fry, he committed to Alabama State, is their quarterback. So they got a lot of talent at Clay Chalker. I think Parker can make it far. If they can get, it'll probably come down in the north to Parker or Clay Chalker. So I like the odds of them trying to repeat. I do. I think the winner of 6A comes out the North this year, though, more than likely.
Okay, and then last thing before I throw it back to Nod, you talked about teams that you at Trustville, the school you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Just what's the insight on that team? What do you like?
They play fast. They call Huskies. They're the Huskies, but they say something called Husky fast. They play fast. Their head coach, Coach Floyd, he has them at a fast pace. They have a 6'2", 6'3" wide receiver named Dylan Cope. He's committed to, I think he's committed to Virginia. Dylan Cope is, and they got a young running back and an older running back named Deuce that's committed to Kentucky also. So they have a lot of talent. They just never get over that Thompson hump, man. They never get over the Hoover hump either. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when you speak of Birmingham 7A, it's Thompson, Hoover, then them. You know, it's kind of like that's always been the pecking order a little bit for them. But they're a good team. They're a good team. It's always stacked and loaded, but they can't never get over that hump for some reason.
Okay.
So my question to kind of talk about what you talked about earlier, but obviously Corey Barber was formerly at Spain Park. So do you think they will kind of drop off this year? I know they got the Clemson commit Brock Bradley, but like, what else do they have? I think their running back they had that was really good transfer too.
Yeah, they got a wide receiver that transferred in from Tuscaloosa Academy, Samoan kid. I think his name Ringo. The running back transferred to Hoover. I don't. No offense to Spain Park. No offense to them folks at all, man. But no. So Corey Barber actually lived in Clay Chalkville, transferred to Spain Park, and went back to Clay Chalkville. They got a thing where you can't go back unless it's been 9 to 10 months. So he went back. He went back home. You know, can't knock him for that. Brock Bradley, I love the kid. I think the kid's nice. But I don't know if they have enough to be able to compete in 6A. Even though they're a Birmingham team, they compete in the South because it's like they're below I-20. So they compete in the South. Anything kind of below I-20, you compete in the South. So Spain Park will compete with Cedarius Morgan and Benjamin Russell in the same region. I got Benjamin Russell winning that region. Spain Park could possibly come in second. Chelsea and Helena, but I don't see them going. I don't see them going far really in that region. Just because they've lost so many pieces, and I don't know what they have defensively to be able to match up with a Cedarius Morgan and a BJ Bedgood or anything like that. But we'll see. I really don't think they have what it takes. Now Pike Road, I think when y'all was out
about that.
Yeah, Pike Road is a good team in the South. That's who I actually got coming out the South is Pike Road, Hueytown. Hueytown is another Birmingham team who's in the South for some reason. You know, they got to travel all the way to Birmingham for playoff game. I mean, Mobile for playoff games and all this other crazy stuff. But I think Pike Road is probably the best team in 6A South, in my opinion.
Okay.
And then I'll throw back to Bacon. What about Carver Montgomery? They usually always have a couple guys. How are they looking this year, in your opinion?
Yeah, man, Zion.
Dog, I already know about him.
He's a monster, man.
Yes, he is.
Back, running back. He's gonna play it all. Like DB, if you want him to punt return, he might can punt for you too. There's no telling what that kid can't do. You know. They also got a transfer from Benjamin Russell named Caleb Spivey. He's good. Elijah Peaks from Wetumpka, big offensive lineman, defensive lineman kid. He's gonna be good. They got pieces. It's the west side of Montgomery. One thing about Montgomery is they got talent. You know, Quay Russaw, James Smith is in Alabama right now from Carver, Montgomery. They've had talent at Carver forever. You know, it's always gonna be talent right there. To me, it's just a matter of discipline and coaching. So if they can get the coaching part down, Pat, I think they can make a push. Right now, I don't really see that Central Phoenix City, Auburn, Dothan, Enterprise. I think I think they can make it in that region. I really feel like they can make the playoffs. I got them making the playoffs.
Well, okay. And are you as high as you were on Central Tennessee as you were last year, or you think they kind of take a step back? I see it.
I think they kind of young a little bit. BJ, so Cam Coleman, the wide receiver kid that's at Auburn, his
brother,
BJ Coleman. Yeah. They got Tristan Lyles, a great pass rush kid, great edge, probably one of the best pass rushers in the state. He was committed to App State, I think, and he decommitted recently. I think they could do something. Like they went last year, they went to the state, but Thompson, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I think this is really region. Auburn has the talent to be able to pull some stuff off over there. They got a kid, a big boy, Carnell Jackson Jr. He's committed to Arkansas. Huge kid, huge. And they have a great offense, great offensive minded coach. Omar Mapson was there last year. He reclassed. If they would have had Omar Mapson this year, he'd probably be the number one running back in the nation. Like he's fighting for starting time for reps right now at Auburn. So that's just how good that kid is. Is he came reclassed and able to fight for reps in the SEC school. So I think Auburn's going to be good. I really do. I think they win that region.
And is there anybody in North? I know we hit South a little bit. We hit the middle. Is anybody in North Alabama we ain't hit, Steve?
Muscle Shoals has a kid, Kamari Johnson. He's committed to Alabama. They have Kevay Foster. He's committed to Arkansas. He plays safety. I think Muscle Shoals could be in a race to be able to compete in 6A. 7A, no. 5A, no. 4A, hell no. I mean, Jackson gonna bet on everybody. 3A, Mars Hill is the defending champ. So yeah, 3A, I think someone up north like Huntsville or Piedmont. 2A, Coosa Christian. Yeah, 1A Wiley, that's where the Jarquez Wilkes kid that is committed to Auburn was at. So yeah, the big time ball get played like Birmingham and Lower. Like, just to be real with you, Huntsville, they more of basketball and baseball, but yeah, Muscle Shoals for sure in 6A. I definitely say Muscle Shoals in 6A.
But it's changing though, right up north. I think you said it in that article you put out today. It says it's evolving up north. They're kind of catching up to speed football wise.
Yeah, it's trying. They're trying. The crazy thing. So 65 run through Alabama, and on this side you got Huntsville, but on the other side you got like Muscle Shoals, Mars Hill, Florence, Hatton, and all these other schools, and they have great football. But then you go to the other side, and when you go to the other side, it's like they just gotta find something. I don't know what it is. They just gotta find, like, because everything Athens, Phillip Rivers from Athens, like it's a lot of history that's kind of not. No knock to Huntsville at all, but it's just not the same,
Right.
Hey, Steve, I got a couple of questions for you. I want to get your thoughts on some stuff.
Yep.
Then Bacon, I'll let you chime back in, and then we'll wrap up, Steve. I know you got stuff to do. What's your thoughts on this real quick, man? I know this is not Bama, but St. Thomas Aquinas, I'm sure you know it. They will travel to London to
NFL Academy.
What you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's dope, man. Give those kids a chance to get out, see something, man. Shout out to St. Thomas Aquinas for doing that, bro. That is so dope for them to be able to put those kids out there like that. St. Thomas Aquinas is not a poor school either, So, yeah, of course they can afford some. I know IMG plays this same team sometime this year too, NFL Academy. Yeah, I think that's dope though. I really do. I really hope St. Thomas Aquinas, if it was to be a national thing, that they would join, because they stay with a good team. They stay with some good boys. A lot of the former NFL players send their kids to that school. So I think that'd be a dope school to have in a league like that, playing a national schedule.
Agreed. All right, this is a big one. I think this is a new thing they're doing. Obviously, Rivals is a big platform, but they have high school football All-Americans now, apparently via their social media. So we see our boy, obviously, Xavier Colwell, who you know very well from Jackson, on this list. Obviously, Bacon for us, Jay Lamar, running back from Colquitt County. We know how elite he is. And I'm trying to see if we see anybody else that we might know.
Don't think so.
I know all these guys, but not from Georgia or where we're from. But what do you think about this list, Steve, or just, obviously Crowell making it?
Yeah, I love the fact that EJ making it, man. I think the kid deserves everything coming his way. I love form. I love everything going on with all these kids, and shout out to Rivals for doing that. I do think it's like collusion, like how you gonna rank the kid, put them on here, and I like that. I like when Max Preps does it because it feels like it's a little less collusion. Even though they're from California, so they do collude a little bit themselves, but I do feel like it's a little bit better. But yeah, shout out to all these kids, man. Shout out to all of them.
There you have it. Go ahead, Bacon. I'll let you ask the last few before we let them go. I ain't trying to hold them up.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, we appreciate you the time, brother, as always. I got to go basketball just real quick. At Coben, you know what I'm saying? You was one of the first ones that told us that Coben, Landrew was that dog, and we see kids blowing up this all season. So obviously not surprised, but what did you see in him earlier down there in times? Like, yeah, this kid gonna blow up soon.
Man, he was mossing on people. He was then he went and got on the court and was giving folks study, and they was saying like, the kid getting offers, but he real good in basketball. He's real good in basketball, and I had a feeling like, that basketball bag hit a little different. It hit a little different than that football bag. Man, shout out to Cole, man. It's a couple more boys who looking at the same thing. It's easy to tell a kid who's 6'2", 6'3", like, hey, you just average height in the NBA, come play football. But when you start talking 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", and you agile, hey, man, as a parent, I'm telling you to go hit that hardwood. That's just me as a parent. I'm telling you to go hit that hardwood, But yeah, man, shout out to Colvin Landrew, man. Shout out to all these boys, man. Keep chasing your dreams. That's special. That's special.
No, the most definitely. And last thing for me, I saw my brother Les Ball got a real good beat. Tennessee, but Alabama, it's about having being a state that's talking about Tennessee here that may be the nation's best producer of quarterbacks. But I think Alabama, you know what I'm saying? We talked about Keelan Russell. You got a Duck this year. You know what I'm saying? You got Roberts at Saraland. You know what I'm saying? You got Gunner. You got say it again, brother.
Seaborn.
Seaborn. Is Alabama? Are they the cream of the crop when it comes to producing quarterbacks, or where they rank in that conversation?
We climbing. With Gunner Rivers, Trent Seaborn, now Doug. With Casey Myers, his dad played for Georgia Tech. He's at Auburn now, Auburn High School now. We're starting to rise slowly. We just had a quarterback in the national championship game. Riley Leonard played in the national championship. He's from Mobile. So it's slowly becoming more popular, and it's really because of QB Country is here heavy. QB Country is here. We have QB Country Mobile, QB Country Birmingham, and they kind of help the kids. I don't think we're the upper echelon yet. I think that's still Cali, of course. I think always going to produce those guys. Florida kind of going to produce those. Georgia's going to produce those guys. Texas will always produce those guys. Tennessee is starting to get involved now with being a name like that.
As of late, though.
Yeah. I think we're coming around. We're starting to get into mentions, though, for sure.
Okay. I appreciate the insight, brother. Go ahead, Nash.
Last thing, Steve, just what you most looking forward to this year in Bama football?
Hey, man, all the tattletailing gone now. It's time to play some football. So, how much more tattletailing can you do, coaches? You feel me? You try to it's time to play football now. You feel me? You got 4 more days before it's time to line it up, man. So, hey, man, that's what I'm more excited about. All this, you know, we got a task force now for telling on other coaches and all this other stuff. It's time to line it up and play some football. That's what I love about it right there.
Nah, facts. I agree with it, obviously. Sharpshooter Sports Talk, man. But, Steve, we appreciate you coming on, man. Hey, make sure y'all go follow Recruit MEU. There's all the articles on there. Down South and Old Knox Sports on Instagram, man. We appreciate Steve coming on. We see you soon, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. All right, man. There goes Steve, man. Appreciate him coming on. Long show, man. Long show. You know you commented.
Yeah. I'm going to the private chat.
Boy, you look tired. Remember, y'all, download Empowered for Life contact, man. Y'all go obviously run it. It's all over. We've pinned it obviously on social media as well, so you guys can check that out. Let me go ahead and pin it again. I think it is pinned. Yes. So yeah, make sure y'all go check that out. We appreciate our sponsor for today's show, Empowered for Life. Derek Teagle, shout out to him, empowering athletes through his platform, man, to do not just great things on the field or on the court, but also in the classroom, also as leaders, also as mentors in achieving their dreams and aspirations, man. So make sure you guys go get signed up today and change your life forever. Right down below, man. Obviously, there it is. We appreciate him for sponsoring the show as always. We'll have a promo video here pretty soon as well, and we'll get that locked and loaded for you guys. Anyways, going for the next show. But that's going to do it. We're not going to do too much more talking. We've been on air. Bacon has been on air for 3 hours and 45 minutes. I joined late. Shout out to you, brother. 4-hour marathon.
Nah. It's been an experience. It's been a good show, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to you for holding it down. Shout out to 300 people for tuning in, man. Bacon, your platform went crazy. 296 for me on X. Bacon, you had it running up on your YouTube and mine as well. So much more, man. But that's what we got going, man. So look, y'all know the place to be on Monday. You know what I'm saying? The spot to be, man. We're going to have Georgia high school football all year long. We're going to recap. We're going to talk about the biggest games. And we're going to have pundits from all over the state coming on the show, giving their takes and opinions. And yes, Bacon, make sure you have a couple of little tabs and little notes, because we're going to be taking notes. You know what I'm saying? Because people be switching up their takes when they get on camera. So
I promise you I was on Milton, bro. I promised you.
You was not on Milton.
I promise. Look at the business.
Clip. I will
pull the clip.
Because you said Buford belt. So now you want to switch up. That's crazy. Like nowhere. Like, where's this coming from? Like, what? Because I said Milton. You was like, nah, Buford belt. I was like, nah, Milton, y'all sleeping on them boys. I got the clip. I'm gonna show it to you too. The post him like, Bacon want to switch up now? Like, why he switching up?
Go by the clip.
Yeah, I'll go back and find it. Don't worry. Taking notes and receipts. But man, we'll catch y'all on Thursday at 8 p.m. for our Hoops podcast. Man, we'll be back for that. So that'd be super excited. Talk about everything that's been going on. Nas Anderson went off in the AEBL hoop circuit, going off for 26 points. We had some commitments as well over the weekend and much more. Kate Harper obviously committed to North Carolina. We'll break all that down and much more. But this is the Sizzling News podcast. And we will catch y'all on Thursday night, man. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we'll see y'all Thursday.
Peace.